Welcome to this exclusive presentation of live high school basketball coverage on the one to count on for today's local sports, KNIA and KRLS. Streaming at KNIAKRLS.com and on the free KNIA KRLS app.
7 on the shot clock. Rick, deep three for the lead. Knocks it down! Bennett Brick with the triple! And the crowd explodes at Indianola High School!
Here is Hannah for another three. Splash down an HD three.
We'll get you ready for all of tonight's action with our keys to the game, starting lineups, colors of the game, and more.
And now DeVries racing ahead the other way, and a no-look pass to Josiah Voss. A highlight reel dime from Tyson DeVries.
Yeah, great vision there to get that ball to him. Bourne looking for another three-pointer. It's good. Reddick Bourne. Bourne heat check. Step back, nothing but net. 6 3-pointers for Reddick Bourne. 35 points.
Warner drives the lane, kicks it out to Kennedy Van Vark for three.
There it is.
Yes! Kennedy Van Vark makes it a 2-possession game.
There it is. Great driving kick.
Now let's head to the gym for all the exciting action of South Central Iowa high school basketball on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, KNIA and KRLS.
And a good evening to you, and thank you for joining us wherever you may be as we welcome you to the sun setting on the 2023-24 regular season. We just have a few days to go between now and tournament basketball on 92.1 KRLS. I'm Andrew Schneider, joined by Brian Vandaloon as we welcome you to the Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. And what a test we have for you in an official makeup game from a previously canceled bout with Des Moines Christian. They're in 2A. They're already off to the tournament trail. So Pella wanted to find game number 21, and look who they found, the team that ended their season a year ago and one that finds himself number 3 in Class 3A. It's the Go Hawks of Waverly Shell Rock and the number 10 newly ranked Dutch from Pella. Brian, we welcome you in, and this will be your last crack at boys action for the winter. And I tell you what, a really, really fun season it's been so far. Despite some of the recent struggles against some of those elite 4A teams, DCG got a first-round bye. Norwalk, obviously, they were the co-conference champions. A tough 2A team for Pella Christian. Pella's record, 11-8, maybe doesn't feel like they're a top 10 team, but they played probably among the toughest schedules in Class 3A, and that does not get any easier with a state tournament, and as Coach Schulte calls them, a state championship contender in town tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is, if you're looking for a tune-up for tournament play, this is a good test for a couple of reasons. The biggest reason for me is that it is outside your norm of who you play. It is outside, what you're used to. You're basically, you're going in somewhat unscouted. You remember a little bit of their style from a year ago, but it's truly like a state tournament type playing where you're not familiar with the players, you're not familiar with their system, and so you just go out and play basketball.
Well, and what makes this really, really a potentially fun and exciting matchup, we saw a bevy of offense on Friday. That is no different. Waverly Shell Rock is the top scoring team in Class 3A. They're ranked 3 for a reason. And while they lost to a very good Decorah team on Friday, they're 16-3 overall, Brian, and they can bring it. On any given possession, they can go off in kickoff, a 10-0, 12-0 kind of run. They are explosive.
Well, I see here that they're averaging 76 points a game. They shoot nearly 44% from the three-point line. Those are some pretty good numbers.
Well, and I think the one thing that Pella fans know as we look at our McCall Monumental Radio keys of the game that they can hang their hat on is that Waverly Shell Rock, when Pella came to town, had similar numbers a season ago. Yep. The one thing, and this is not a knock on the Go Hawks, but consistently night in and night out, they do not play in a conference as tough as the Little Hawkeye. Pella is battle-tested against 4A teams, 2A state tournament teams, a lot of really good 3A teams and non-conference play. Again, Waverly Shell Rock just played number 2 Decorah and lost by 3. I'm not saying they're not super tested, but it does matter over the course of a season, Brian. You've been a coach before, to build and build and build, and this Pella team has been building against a lot of potential state tournament teams all year round.
So I'll call a spade in my key to the game. on a Monday night, are the Dutch going to want to play defense?
Right.
I mean, it's a game that, you know what, if they don't win, yeah, you still go to the tournament. It's not, you don't want to just come in with the mentality of let's just get through this, let's try to stay injury-free, both of which are true. But yet, if they come with a defensive intensity like you're referring to that perhaps Waverly Shell Rock is not used to night in and night out, we may be able to rattle them, and that basket doesn't look so big, so we can get them shooting 35% from the three rather than 44%. Then we may have a really good ball game and a fun one to watch.
Well, yeah, and you're right. It's been a matter for when Pella has been on defensively, like the first DCG matchup versus the second, they're in the game with a chance to win in the fourth quarter, whereas really they were playing from behind the whole night. Not that Pella's offense isn't good, Brian. They're very good, but they're a team that I think plays best when they're a little bit ahead and have that defensive pressure that's converting into offensive opportunity.
Well, and you said it too, and it's no surprise. I mean, they've had a really intense last 10 days, couple weeks with scheduling and makeups and this and that, and again, tired legs and rotation, and hopefully we can go into our bench and get some production out of our bench guys, and maybe in the fourth quarter that we're still right there and being able to battle rather than running out of gas. So that's one of the things we'll have to be watching.
Well, and the other thing for Waverly Shell Rock that's interesting, at least scoring-wise, they're not super deep. They've got 4 guys averaging 13 points or more, and then it goes down to 4. And then it goes to about 2 per game. And it's not that those other guys don't contribute. That's not what I'm saying. But offensively, from a defensive perspective, there are 4 guys you're watching. And they're 4 very, very good players, all-state caliber in a couple cases with the Frizzell brothers, a junior and senior, and Luke and Noah. But at least for Pella, in the Little Hawkeye Conference, Brian, we see so many of these teams that go so deep in the bench that can score 10 points if you're the number 7 guy in any given night. That doesn't seem to be the case for Waverly Shell Rock. Their top 4 are excellent. Can Pella contain 2 or 3 of those and really make it a game?
And, and we've seen this before, too, and it's a sign of a good team, which obviously Waverly Shell Rock is. Can you keep that one guy that you're not expecting, the 2.7 point per game guy, from coming in and hitting 3 3-pointers?
Exactly.
So you can't forget those guys. I mean, they're all varsity athletes. They probably all have an ability, and boy, once you hit one, sometimes it looks like number 2 and number 3 come pretty easily. And so, yeah, you got to just play defense 5-on-5, whoever's out there. Obviously, you're emphasizing their leading scorers, but, keeping an eye on everybody.
Well, and they are junior and senior heavy. They have no sophomores or freshmen on their roster, whereas Pella obviously has 2 key sophomores in their main rotation, and then a few others that play depending on the night. So they're mature, and we're not taking anything away from the Go Hawks. They're number 3 for a reason. They're an excellent team, but obviously a year ago they missed out on that state tournament experience just in a close game to Hoover. The Go Hawks, this will be their 3rd really tough test in a row. They played Marion, beat Marion, who's in the top 10 rankings, at least according to the association, and then again Decorah, who was preseason number 1. They were able to play close with on Friday. So this is a test to Go Hawks team. We're not saying anything is necessarily wrong with them. It's just Pella's advantages are a slightly tougher schedule and playing that slightly deeper competition.
Yeah, and again, this is one of those programs that it seems like every year when the Dutch would make it to the tournament, it seemed like, oh, Waverly Shell Rock's here too. I mean, because they're so far away, they, you don't pay very week in and week out attention to them, but it seems like, oh, yeah, there's the black and gold of Waverly Shell Rock across the way when you go to watch, one of the other games. And so traditionally, they know what it takes to win.
Those are your McCall Monumental Radio keys to the game. Don't burn your loved ones with planning a memorial after you're gone. Pre-plan yours and trust the family at McCall Monument, the area's leading monument designer and installer on Old Highway 163 West in Pella. We'll take our first time out in the Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. Andrew Schneider and Brian Van Loon on 92.1 KRLS. We got a fun one, non-conference action. It's the number 10 Pella Dutch welcoming the number 3 Waverly Shell Rock Go Hawks.
Hy-Vee Perks members get Hy-Vee's absolute best prices every day on hundreds of items throughout the store, like Hy-Vee butter for just $2.98, boneless, skinless chicken breasts for only $2.48 a pound, and bananas for just 39 cents a pound. And if you're a Hy-Vee Perks member, you'll also get to take advantage of the Fuel Saver program, where you save big money at the gas pump just for shopping at Hy-Vee. If you're not a member, get signed up today at the customer service counter, and you can start saving today. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
You'll drive away happy with Pella Motors guarantee.
At Pella Motors, we won't be beat on price, period. So if you're looking for a great deal on a brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, and saving big money makes you happy, Pella Motors will not be beat on price, period.
You'll drive away happy with Pella Motors guarantee.
If you haven't noticed, U.S. Cellular has been working hard to keep you connected in Pella. By installing multiple new small cell towers in Pella, we've increased our capacity and are able to provide those 5G data speeds that we all deserve. Right now, you can get unlimited home internet service from U.S. Cellular for only $30 a month. That's high-speed, unlimited internet for your home or business for only $30 a month. Stop by Strawberry Cellular for details.
McCall Monument is the most trusted monument company in Iowa. This is Reed. We have been here helping families get their perfect memorial for over 150 years.
This is Wyatt. We are the monument experts. We don't plan funerals and we don't sell caskets. We are craftsmen with a full-service shop and artists on staff.
I'm Lee. We have a standard here at McCall Monument. In all our years in business, we have never called on a grieving family, and we never will. In your family's time of need, our family is here for you.
Memories become treasure. McCall Monument.
At Marion County Bank, we love the communities we serve.
In fact, it's why we do what we do. From the report card program that gives back to the school of your choice,
to all the community events, sponsorships, and donations we are proud to be a part of.
From the volunteer efforts of our staff,
to partnering in the success story of your business, farming operation, or personal financial journey. We go beyond banking. We share in the life of the community.
Marion County Bank, serving you, building community. Member FDIC.
Hey there, folks. Life's a gamble, but when the stakes get too high, it's time to call in the pros. If you or someone you know is rolling the dice for more than just fun, UCS Healthcare is here to help. With offices in Knoxville and West Des Moines, our confidential treatment is your winning hand. Don't leave it to chance. Visit us at ucsonline.org. UCS Healthcare, your partner in total health. Again, visit us at ucsonline.org.
Get better service with bigger savings by selling your home with the Prez Listing Advantage at Pella Real Estate Services. Hi, I'm Sierra Ward, and when we list your home, you'll still get the same great care we extend all our clientele. We have no additional doc prep or settlement fees. And with our Listing Advantage, you'll keep more of your hard-earned equity. As our average seller saved $4,448 in 2023 compared to a 6% commission. Get started today by scheduling a complimentary market analysis at PellaRealEstateServices.com.
We did it again! Anytime Fitness in Pella was recently voted the best fitness center in Marion County for the 7th time. We are honored to receive this award and are thankful for the continued support from our members and the rest of the community. Anytime Fitness would like to wish both the boys and girls basketball teams from Pella and Pella Christian much success as they continue their postseason run to the state tournament. And just remember, who's always open? Anytime Fitness.
This is Dr. Tim Yoder with Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. February is National Pet Dental Month, and I'd like to encourage you to schedule and dental surgery where needed. Call today to schedule your pet's oral checkup at 628-4040 for Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
Still the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They take care of pets because they love them.
Transform your space with Gilchrist Jewett Lumber Hardware and Design Center, your PPG paint destination. Unleash the beauty of your home with the exquisite Pittsburgh Paint Manor Hall line. Gilchrist Jewett brings you quality that lasts. Transform your surroundings with the perfect color and durability. PPG, available exclusively at Gilchrist Jewett. Visit Gilchrist Jewett Lumber Hardware and Design Center today. Your home, your style, our paint.
Unlike the big corporate providers who change rates after your introductory offer is up, Pella Fiber offers their best price to everyone. Just $75 a month from your local utility that's here to take care of you if any problems arise. Make the switch today and join the thousands of Pella Fiber customers getting a gig for just $75 per month by going to PellaFiber.com.
Big box stores may have the equipment you need, but they don't have the expertise and personal touch of Mike Blom with cabinet design of Pella and Wood Harbor Cabinetry. Just ask Hall of Fame coach Randy Wilson.
Several times before he started this project, we had gone to the big box stores, didn't get a whole lot of help. And in meeting with Mike, we were just simply amazed at what he could do for us and help kind of lead us in the right direction.
Hi, I'm Mike Blom, the cabinet guy. Cabinet design of Pella, where we expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations.
This is the Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show on 92.1 KRLS. Aware that we may be having some technical issues on 92.1 KRLS, working on that. If you can hear this message, flip on over to Pella Live to get your coverage on YouTube in the meantime. Andrew Schneider, Brian Vanderloon live on KRLS as we get you set for our opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply, as we are getting you set here for your opening tip. And it is a really, really good matchup here tonight on KRLS. Let's go ahead and take a look at your colors of the game presented by Spain Painting and Spain Design Company. Pella's in their home white jerseys with green numbers. Waverly Shellrock, their road black with the gold numbers and the gold stripes. So black and gold for Waverly Shellrock, white and green for the Dutch of Pella. Those are your colors of the game presented by Spain Painting and Spain Design Company. See Levi's work at spain-painting.com and find Emily on Instagram at Spain Design Company. We're live on 92.1 KRLS. Our game time temperature is presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. And Brian, although not maybe as warm as we saw last week or a few weeks ago, 42 degrees in February, we'll take it.
Any day.
Any day. Oh, I didn't let you guess for the temperature this time today.
I would know. I was going to guess around 43, so I wouldn't have been too far off.
Yep, so awesome. We will see how that all shakes out with our temperature. So a nice walking night, and it should be fairly nice. It will cool down a little bit before it warms up again. So folks, it's winter. There will be something unpredictable along the way, and if you weren't staying comfortable, trust the heating and cooling experts at Van Haften Plumbing and Heating in Pella. You'll rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear
Van Haften.
Live inside our Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show on KRLS, and we did want to take a look at what was released today, Brian, from the Iowa High School Athletic Association. We know the road to Wells Fargo Arena, and Brian, it's not too shabby. Pella comes in as the 2 seed. They will play on February 19th, so a week from tonight in the same spot, same gym, same video stream at 6:30. It'll be Pella versus Carlisle out of the Raccoon River Conference, and then they'll take on somebody from the South Central Conference, Clark and Sheraton, and on the other side, a very familiar Winterset team that knocked Pella out of the sub-state in 2022 on their way to state, and then 2 very familiar foes for the Dutch in that side as well, Newton and Knoxville, both teams Pella. In fact, Pella won all 3 games with those teams. So you look at the bracket, Pella's had a lot of success against some of these teams in the past. Winterset's a very tough team out of that Raccoon River Conference, but Brian, I tell you what, if you're going to have a road to state, I don't think there's any unwinnable games. There's not some sort of juggernaut. There's not some sort of 2.5-hour road trip somewhere in the state. Pella, I think, has a really great setup, and we're rewarded for their very tough schedule this year.
Yeah, I would agree. And again, not that you take any of those lightly, because that's what tournament play is all about. But, yeah, it's not some daunting task where you feel like you have to put the perfect game out on the floor to even have a remote chance for an upset. So I think yeah, there's some fun teams in there, some very familiar teams from my era even, back in the old South Central Conference play, way back when. So, yeah, it should be fun, and hopefully the Dutch, as we kind of get ready and do these final tune-ups, that they'll be ready for action, get their legs rested, and be ready to rock and roll.
The best part about it is if Pella were to keep winning, which is what we assume at least from week 1, barring something really crazy happening, 2 home games. So no road trips until you get to that sub-state. And even then, the last time Winterset played Pella in a sub-state, it was Indianola. So it wasn't like some sort of crazy, a gym that we've played in before even. So it's probably Knoxville or Indianola again are your 2 choices for that one.
Yeah, and again, familiarity and just feeling like, okay, we've been here. Yeah, and those are all positives that you hope are lining things up that you can have a successful tournament run, because that's really, ultimately what the season is about. Not that, you can't have successes along the way, but ultimately you are doing things all year long pointing toward this time of year.
Well, and the best part about this is that you look at Class 3A from a whole, and we'll find out tonight just how wide open it is. But when you talk to the experts, when you talk to other coaches and media members, Class 3A, it may be the most unpredictable in terms of number of possible champions. There's no reason why Winterset or Pella couldn't win a state title this year if things didn't fall the right way.
Yeah, I was going to say, if again, we're going to come back to what we talked about as the key to the game. I think the key for their tournament is going to be defense.
Yeah.
You know, that's almost used, I won't say too much because I'm an offensive-minded guy, but you know, you have a consistency of defense, at least that's what you hope, because, yeah, obviously there are nights where the offense isn't clicking, the shots aren't falling, but you can play with an intensity that disrupts people, and hopefully that's what the Dutch are going to do through the tournament run.
And this is not a knock on the Dutch, but when they have won their games, they have been not only very good on offense, Brian, but that has come from their defense and their losses. In particular, you looked at last week against Norwalk, you look at DCG and even Pella Christian, there were defensive breakdowns against really good teams, but there were some inconsistencies there that hopefully they can narrow that gap just a little bit more, because if they can turn that defense into offense, Pella is just as good as anybody in Class 3A.
And that's the fun part about it, because you feel like you got a chance to really make some fun things happen.
Your Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show rolls on, and that's what we're all talking about here tonight. Number 3, Waverly Shell Rock's in town. We might have ourselves a potential state tournament game preview right here at Pella High School, live on 92.1 KRLS and Pella Dutch Live.
The wheels on the car go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the car go round and round at Central Tire and Auto.
How are the wheels on your car holding up? Central Tire and Auto and Pella is here to help if they're not going round and round quite like they should be. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella.
At Central Tire and Auto.
Start your day right with Scooters Coffee. Grab breakfast on the go with their mouth-watering options. Bacon ciabatta sandwich, everything bagel sandwich, scrumptious cinnamon rolls, blueberry and double chocolate muffins, as well as hearty burritos and omelet bites. Fuel your morning with delicious choices that keep pace with your busy life, because a great day begins with a great breakfast. Swing by today and savor the flavor. Scooters Coffee. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams.
Kicks it to Cameron Rowe for 3. Boom! Cameron Rowe for 3, and the Pella crowd is on its feet early. Tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game brought to you by Randall Roofing.
When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think Randall Roofing.
We did it again. Anytime Fitness in Pella was recently voted the best fitness center in Marion County for the 7th time. We are honored to receive this award and are thankful for the continued support from our members and the rest of the community. Anytime Fitness would like to wish both the boys and girls basketball teams from Pella and Pella Christian much success as they continue their postseason run to the state tournament. And just remember, who's always open? Anytime Fitness.
What's holding you back from living your best life? If it's poor credit or no credit, Community First Credit Union has the solution for you. With our new Charge Up Credit Builder program, we make it possible for you to establish or rebuild your credit so you can achieve your dreams, whether it's owning a home, purchasing a vehicle, or something else. So, what do you say? Why not let Community First Credit Union help you charge up your credit to new heights? Subject to approval and program qualifications, equal housing opportunity, federally insured by the NCUA.
The Pella Regional Wellness Program team wants to help you meet your New Year's resolution to live a healthier lifestyle. Have you struggled with getting regular physical activity, eating a well-balanced diet, or losing weight? A referral to the Wellness Program could benefit you. Sessions include goal setting and exercise guided by the certified lifestyle medicine provider. Call the Pella Regional Wellness Program at 641-628-6728 or ask your doctor for a referral and start your journey to better health today.
This is the Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show on 92.1 KRLS, ticking away our 2024 regular season as the Dutch from Pella welcoming Waverly Shell Rock to town. Let's run down tonight's starting lineups presented by Vanderlinden Services. For the visiting Waverly Shell Rock Go Hawks, they are 16-3 overall. They stand at number 3 in Class 3A. A senior guard at 5'10", number 1, Benny Ramker. A senior guard at 6'2", number 2, Noah Frizzell. A senior forward at 6'6", number 4, Cole Marsh. A junior guard at 6'6", number 22, Luke Frizzell. And a senior forward at 6'4", number 24, Luis Portillo. That's Ramker, Frizzell, Marsh, Frizzell, and Portillo. For the Dutch, they are 11-8, newly ranked number 10th in Class 3A by the Iowa High School Athletic Association. They are 4th place in the Little Hawkeye Conference to end the season. Number 1, sophomore, 6'4", Jack McGuire. A senior forward at 6'2", number 3, Luke Hardman. A junior guard at 5'11", number 5, Braden Trado. A senior guard at 6'2", number 12, Ramon Hugan. And a senior guard at 6'3", number 23, Cameron Rowe. McGuire, Hardman, Trado, Hugan, and Rowe. Your starting lineups presented by Vanderlinden Services. They're a family-based business that treats their customers like family. For any plumbing and HVAC services you need, call Austin at Vanderlinden Services. Andrew Schneider and Brian Vanderloon coming to you live on 92.1 KRLS as we are just a moment away from your opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Brian, final thought as we head into the final week of the regular season. A really, really fun tournament run is ahead of us with the Eagles boys and girls already started. The girls and the boys are starting this week. Pella's girls and boys starting up this weekend, early next week. It's a wonderful time of the year, especially here in this community, and there's fun basketball ahead, including this last major tune-up for our Dutch boys.
Yeah, I would agree. You know, there's just, it's a basketball town. It has been for a long time, and it's just a fun time of year. So we'll see once, you know, the Dutch probably have all their tools in the toolbox for the season, and we'll just see which one they pull out and how effective they are against a good quality opponent.
You're listening to Pella High Basketball, powered by Bank Iowa on FM 92.1 KRLS Knoxville Pella, KRLS HD1 Knoxville Pella. Everyone has a goal, an inspiration, a reason for being, whatever that is. Bank Iowa says, let's make it happen. And they're looking forward to the tournament run for the Dutch and Eagles. We'll step aside and wrap up our Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. And when we come back, your opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. It's the Dutch and Go Hawks, a top 10 showdown in Class 3A, live on 92.1. KRLS.
If you're looking for the best burger around, look no further than Wood Iron Grill. Home of Iowa's Best Burger 2019, Wood Iron Grill serves delectably crafted cuisines and beverages with intentional service. Try their famous Iowa's Best Burger, their mouth-watering tenderloin, a chef's feature, or their unique spin on your comfort food favorites. At the Wood Iron Grill, they are deeply gratified by the opportunity to forge a legacy of inspiration, connection, and acceptance for all who enter. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Wood Iron Grill, making memories one plate at a time.
Your journey to a new home should be as special as the home itself. At Washington State Bank, that's our goal. I'm Ryan Shields, and with our home buying process, you'll have your own mortgage expert, a single, dedicated professional who will be with you from the first step to the last. They'll know your story, understand your needs, and tailor the process to fit you perfectly. No confusion, no passing from person to person, just one relationship that grows as your dream home becomes a reality. Experience the difference at Washington State Bank, where we are invested in you.
Does your child struggle with focusing, outbursts, or making friends? What about anxiety, trying new foods, or delayed coordination and motor skills? At Kinetic Edge, we know your child can be successful in all these areas. We offer pediatric, occupational therapy, and physical therapy, and we work one-on-one to help build those skills. Contact us today at kineticedgept.com or at 621-0230, and let's make this school year a success for you and your child.
A beautiful brick walk featuring a winding canal, working drawbridge, and a classic old world atmosphere. The Pella community features wonderful Dutch architecture all around town. But there's one place in downtown Pella that takes you right into the heart of Amsterdam. Welcome to the Molengraat, home of Pella's finest lodging at the Amsterdam Hotel, dining at Liberty Street Kitchen and Oriental Express, beautiful U Salon, Pella Nail Salon, Pella Window and Door Showroom, and many service businesses. And even taking a movie at Pella Cinemas. Good luck with our local sports teams from the Molengraat in Pella.
We're live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on 92.1 KRLS and Pella Dutch Live. We welcome you to Pella High School as we hit the final couple of games in the regular season journey of the 2024 basketball season. And we have a doozy on paper, at least here tonight, as the number 3 and 16-3 Waverly Showrock Go Hawks are in town to take on the 10th ranked Pella Dutch. Andrew Schneider alongside Brian Vanderloon as we get you set for opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. We take a look at our Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. We have a mix of regular season basketball remaining on our docket, as well as postseason basketball in Class 2A. It's Norwalk and Ankeny tonight. That's boys only, live on 94.3 KNIA. A late start at 7:30 this evening. PCM will head to Ogden in Class 2A. That's boys action to kick off their tournament trail. That's at 6:45 this evening, 7 o'clock opening tip on the KRLS 3 stream with Clayton Sampson. Your Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard, where they're serving you and building community across the Red Rock area with their locations in Pella, Knoxville, Melcher, Dallas. Marion County Bank is the area's financial leader. And Brian, like we said a couple of times in our pregame, this is a potential, well, the crowd isn't certainly a sub-state or a state tournament crowd tonight, and it is a Monday. These two teams physically, statistically, are potential state tournament teams, and in Waverly Shell Rock's case, one of the top 4 favorites to win it all.
Yeah, it's going to be, I think, like you said, on paper, a great matchup. So, then it boils down to the mental part of it, I think. Mental toughness to fight through tired legs, mental toughness for Waverly Shell Rock, a couple of hour road trip. Who's going to battle through some of those things and put their best game out on the floor? Because I would assume it's going to be a game of runs, and you hear that a lot where, and how can you manage those, and can you stop the other team, and can you, gather yourself again when the other team rattles off 8 or 10 quick points. So it'll just be interesting to watch kind of the cat and mouse play of two quality programs, traditionally strong, going at it head to head.
In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. This is the same GoHawks team that knocked Pella out of their 2023 season in Waverly just nearly 1 year ago. Pella had a late 5-point lead and gave up a big run to the top 10 ranked GoHawks that season. That's in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarian.
Your opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply, your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier. Ball will be in the air, and it's controlled by somebody eventually. It will be Pella's Luke Hardman, who tracks it down near the baseline. Had to go a long way to get it. And it's Pella basketball in this Class 3A Top 10 showdown.
Man-to-man defense by Waverly Shell Rock to start.
Cameron Rowe, right side, Hugan, 3 on the way, in and out, no good. Rebound is cleared by Noah Frizzell. Again, this is a GoHawks team that can play with pace and tempo, averaging a state best 76 points per game, and their rebound will go over the backboard and then still scooped up by Pella's Jack McGuire eventually. He has it in the front court. And now Hardman tries a 3 on the way, in and out, no good. Offensive rebound, Cameron Rowe. Brian, he's had a really nice second half to the season, and he's really been maybe the best overall player on this team during that stretch. Cameron Rowe having a nice finish to his senior campaign.
Yeah, he's playing with a lot of confidence right now, and that time he just bust hard from the three-point line to get the offensive rebound.
Cole Marshall answer in a hurry and get a quick 2. So he got behind the Pella defense. The one thing about this Dutch team, with the schedule they've played, they are not intimidated by any opponent. Now, whether they can beat him is another thing entirely, but there's Jack McGuire's signature spin move as he'll get an early drive to the basket. 4-2 Dutch lead.
Yeah, that's one of those where the little Hawkeye Conference opponents are very well aware of that move.
A turnover by the GoHawks. And we talked a lot about Pella and their energy and playing so many games in the last couple weeks, Brian. This is a 2-hour drive for a Waverly Shell Rock team that had a ranked Marion team last Tuesday and a Decorah team that was preseason number 1 on Friday. So they've got to find their way to mentally stay in this game, Brian, too. Pella has it on their half of the floor. This is Cameron Rowe. Rowe starts his dribble, hands it off to Braden Trado. Trado dribbles to the elbow, kicks it out McGuire. McGuire back to Trado. Braden, a head fake. Takes it to the rack. Count it and 1. Braden Trado with our drive to the basket, presented by Gilchrist Jewett Hardware and Design Center, as he got past the contact and a 3-point play opportunity.
Yeah, nice finish. He finished strong to the hoop. The help never came. He got around the corner and was finished. It looked like he finished with his right hand on the left-hand side, but just a nice job of finishing.
Gilchrist Jewett Hardware for your entire interior and plumbing solutions. There's a short drive away at Gilchrist Jewett Hardware and Design Center, and the always steady at the free throw line Trado knocks it in. It's a 7-2 Dutch lead. 6:13 to go opening quarter. Marsh looking to work and does. Nice spin move on the other answer for the 6'6" Cole Marsh. A little bit of size for this GoHawks team, both at that forward position from Marsh and then one of the Frizzell boys at the guard position. Here's Hardman from the free throw line, kicks it out to Rowe. Rowe, dribble, drive, scoop, layup is good. And Pella, Brian, is just going right at him. That's the formula right now.
Yeah, they are They got them spread out, and they're out beyond the three-point line, but instead of just settling for threes, they shot a couple of them early, but now, when they see an opportunity, an open lane, they're going right to the bucket.
9-4 Dutch. They've had a 5-point lead twice in this game. The teams have traded leads, but Waverly has not led yet in this one. Noah Frizzell, very talented, as you saw that beautiful dime for two.
Nice
as Portillo
draw.
finishes. Just a no-look little bounce pass in the lane. Trado kicks it out, and then unfortunately Trado took a little stutter step there, Brian, and turns it over.
Kind of dragging that back foot a little bit as he tried to come to a stop and couldn't quite get around the corner enough to get the shot up, so they had to change his mind in mid-move.
Pella plays that diamond zone that they play so often, and they've extended it at least 3/4 court. Right now the Go Hawks go right through it, and then Marsh lays it in. He has been just about the entire operation here, and it's a quick 4-0 burst for the Go Hawks. 9-8. Dutch lead by 1 over the Waverly Shell Rock. 5:11 to go in a UCS Healthcare game reset. Each team just 1 foul for the Go Hawks, none for the Dutch. Hardman, a shot fake on the baseline, and he is hacked on the arm.
Luke, a nice job of maintaining his dribble to get through all the traffic. Kind of went to a low dribble, and as he pulled up through to go through the shot, the opponent came across his arm, but they said it was on the move, not the shot.
5:02 remaining. Hardman thought about a baseline jumper right off the inbounds and then used the arm to separate.
Probably.
And we've had this official before, Brian. He is the most demonstrative in Central Iowa, and he made it very clear what the call was.
Yeah.
And it was subtle maybe to some on the floor, but from up here, Brian, you can see just that little gentle push off there from Luke, and it's enough for a foul.
Yeah, he probably didn't dislodge him, but in theory, it definitely looked like it. So
here's Marsh with a shot fake. He has been active here tonight. Baseline, wraparound pass. Portillo, the extra one, misses the layup, but then a foul on the rebound. That was on McGuire. I think he got tied up with Marsh, or he must have got tied up with Portillo on his way back. So give Portillo the offensive rebound and then free throws.
Was he the one that shot the layup?
Yeah.
It looked like it was almost one of those calls. You hate to say this, but when he missed it, the ref decided to call something.
Yeah.
Which maybe human nature is a little bit of that.
Waverly Shell Rock coming in is one of the few teams in the state better at free throw shooting than Pella on paper. 79% from the line. They are money.
Well, it helps when Noah Frizzell, the senior's at 94%.
That's where Hardman was for a while until those tired legs got him. And Waverly Shell Rock has their first lead.
Looks like they're into a 1-3-1 zone now. They switched up a little bit.
And that gave Pella some fits against DCG the other night. But Rowe keeps his hot shooting alive. He's got 7 points. Cameron Rowe is up to 11 points per game in his senior campaign. And Pella's back on top. 6 ties or lead changes so far early in the first quarter. Marsh off the window for 2. He's going to be a problem in this one.
Yeah, he's strong. He can get where he wants with the dribble, and he can shoot.
Marsh coming in, fine player, is 15.7 points per game. Brian, that's their 3rd leading scorer. That's just how dangerous this Go Hawks offense is. We're tied at 12 here in the first quarter, just halfway through the mark, and each team with 12 points already. At a frantic pace we go. McGuire, right wing, lets it fly from 3. It's short, and the board is controlled by Portillo. Dribble, drive, Ramker kicks it out. Marsh going to keep it going. No. Bit of a heat check there as he airmails it. And now Trado tries to go coast to coast, and he's fouled, and he'll get more free throws as Frizzell reaches in and gets the 3rd team foul of the quarter for the Go Hawks.
Again, nice job of aggressiveness by Trado, just making up his mind he wasn't going to be stopped. He was either going to get the layup or get a foul, so I like the aggressive mindset.
So Braden Trado will miss the first. Did get his first one, so now 1 of 2 at the line.
So here will be some of the interesting thing. We talked about the bench play and how Waverly Shell Rock is not overly deep as far as their scoring goes. So it'll be interesting to see if these players come into the game engaged and ready to play, because the starters have all been at a fairly high level mental-wise and engaged in the game. So we'll see how the subs fit into that.
13-2, longest or largest run for either team was Waverly Shell Rock's 6-0 run they had going a moment ago. Floater is in, and they'll answer. Noah Frizzell, the older of the two, gets it to go, and it's a 14-13 Go Hawks lead. Here's Rowe in the corner. He'll go baseline, wrap it around to McGuire. McGuire flips it out to Trado. Hugan, we go around the horn, merry-go-round. Schulte just onto the floor, finds a cutting Trado for two.
Nice job of cutting to the hoop from the top of the key by Trado, and a great find.
Well, so far, so fun. An open three, Frizzell misses, airmails it. Portillo, though, Frizzell does get a baseline rebound, and now Marsh tries it again. He'll clank it back iron, no. And Waverly Shellrock, Brian, is a really good three-point shooting team on paper, but I think they're rushing a few here. Top of the key, Trado, no. High off the iron, and it clangs for Jude Landers, one of those aforementioned backups. Tyler Gade also in. And again, this is where Marsh has been made his money. 10 points, all two-pointers so far. 16-15, 11 ties or lead changes already, Brian, in this opening quarter. Away we go.
Yeah, he looks like he is just determined and will not be stopped.
McGuire flips it out to Hugan. Hugan, corner, three ball, no. Clangs off the iron a couple of times, and high rebound control by Frizzell of Waverly Shellrock, and they are already up on the other half of the floor and extended their largest lead.
Well, here's what we were talking about. You're in the middle of one of their runs. Can you get settled down, get the shot that you want, and then defensively do what you want to do?
Rowe nearly lost the dribble, scoops it up. Here is McGuire. Out to a wide open Rowe. This time right corner three, doesn't fall. And the Dutch maybe now rushing a few threes here. And Luke Frizzell the rebound for the Go Hawks. Baseline, Trado working on him. Wide open, Tyler Gade, yes.
Our transition D is a little slow in recognizing where people are, so we just, again, mentally got to check people early on, because they are going to push the ball down the floor. You don't score 76 points a game by taking your time.
And now, nice drive and a good answer, settling things in. Jack McGuire just off the dribble, gets the layup to go. Minute 13 to go. Waverly Shellrock just had their largest lead at 6. Pella's had a 5-point lead in this quarter already, in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. We have not stopped with the action here. Two of the best offenses in Class 3A clashing. Ramon Hugan, though, with a defensive play, gets the second Go Hawks turnover. Then he'll lose it himself, and Schulte comes up with it for a split second, and Pella will not get the timeout fast enough. It's a jump ball, alternating arrow back to the Go Hawks.
More subs in for both teams.
Tyson Barnes in, Cade McGinley in. Hardman is back in for Pella. It looks like back to some of the starters. Ramker back in. Portillo. We've got Noah Frizzell on the floor and number 10, Jude Landers.
Cole Marsh is on the bench, so we'll take note of that to see if that.
Well, more points in the paint for Portillo.
I thought maybe we could push him out of the paint a little bit, but that was a quick answer.
Yeah, just a little stop in the jump hook using the glass. Barnes has his pass tipped. Saving it is McGinley. Here's McGuire at half court, 20 seconds on the shot clock, 22 on the game clock. So just a small differential here if Pella wants to hold down by 6 with the first quarter coming to a close. McGuire thought about getting a screen, sent hands it off to Hardman. 9 seconds, possession starts, jump stop, lay in for good. The runner for Hardman, his first bucket, though there's time left for the Go Hawks. As expires, no. And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. 23-19, a fresh 8 minutes and a wild first quarter comes to a close on KRLS. It's our Pella Real Estate Services broadcast booth.
This is Dr. Tim Yoder with Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. February is National Pet Dental Month, and I'd like to encourage you to schedule an oral exam for your pet. All of our dental services are discounted during the month of February, including cleaning of the teeth, polishing of the teeth, and dental surgery where needed. Call today to schedule your pet's oral checkup at 628-4040 for Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
Still the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They take care of pets because they love them.
Ben Hampton.
Hi, I just went downstairs and there's water everywhere. I'm not sure where it's coming from, but maybe we have a frozen pipe. I really need you to come fix it.
Okay, don't worry, ma'am. We'll send one of the big trucks.
Van Heften Plumbing and Heating's fleet of big trucks rolling around the Marion County area don't just look cool. These big trucks are well stocked with extra parts and supplies to get the job done quicker and get that leak stopped quicker. It's another reason you'll rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear
Van Heften.
A wild first quarter, Brian, in case you missed it, that featured 11 lead changes between these two good teams. Back and forth we went. It's Waverly Shell Rock, though, with a 4-point lead, 23-19. Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services broadcast booth. Dutch with the ball, though, trying to make up some ground.
Back to that 1-3-1 zone again. So these are the kinds of things that you don't necessarily see in our conference play, but good for us to have to go against.
And then McGuire for 2. Good series of passes there, Brian, to get Jack on his 6th point. On the other side, Waverly Shell Rock flies down the floor and give Ramker the hoop and the hurt.
Again, just a little slow with our early defense, or our transition defense, if you want to call it that. Just didn't recognize, nobody picked him up, and he just split the gap and went right to the hoop without any hesitation.
Well, and that was, I mean, it's weird to say that I'm seeing deja vu, but this is exactly what DCG did to Pella on Friday, Brian. It was just, we go down, we might do something, but then DCG would just get back so quickly.
Yeah.
They had to have a dozen or so layups that got behind the transition defense.
Well, that's one of the interesting, oh boy.
Turnover, Dutch. Just an errant pass after the 3-point play was completed by the Go Hawks. 26-21. These two teams not playing your traditional tournament basketball. That pass is tipped by Harrison Mullins, who's in the game here for the Dutch. Note a mix of starters and subs for both teams. A lot of contact. Cole Marsh has had a big game so far, 10 points and a reverse layup. Luis Portillo and Brian, it's just all those guys who have it in the paint for the Go Hawks seem just so aware of where they are. It's Tyson Barnes, not what you expect, but he gets a huge 3-pointer for the Dutch, 28-24. Away we go. Good pass by Ramker as he nearly traveled, and then a lot of contact between Barnes and Frizzell on the baseline, and give that Luke Frizzell the win there, and the second Dutch foul of the quarter.
They play a very fast-paced. I mean, you've described it very well. It is like frantic pace, because they are looking to push, and they will drive and make you draw too, and they're great at passing and dumping it off, and you know, they make people leave their feet.
And just, I mean, everything. They're a pretty good 3-point shooting team, Brian, and they've had one that they've hit so far. Everything else, Brian, has been in the paint.
Yeah.
Left wing 3 is good, and Pella is going to have to just keep up at this point. 30-27, 6:46 to go.
Kind of weathering the storm, just like we had hoped, because, you know, until they kind of get their feet under them here defensively. Looks like the Dutch may have switched to a little bit of a zone too.
In the corner, baseline 3, yes. Luke Frizzell, the leading scorer on this team, gets his first bucket in the second quarter. Here's Mullins using his speed for a floater. No. Board control by Luke Frizzell. 33-27 Go Hawks. Now they're starting to launch them from downtown again. That doesn't go. A couple of offensive rebound opportunities as we got bodies hitting the floor, and then Schulte steps on the baseline.
Trying to avoid stepping on the guy who had fallen on the floor. His back foot kind of went back out of bounds.
Absolutely the right call.
It's unfortunate, but it was the right call. One of those extra possessions you hate to give up.
Oh, yeah, especially down by 6. 33-27, 6:13 to go. Especially when your defense has just been so ineffective against anything in the lane. I mean, there's not much more McGuire can do, but Marsh just gets good separation, has great touch. 12 points. And then Hardman tries to answer no, and then there is a foul on the rebound and 2 shots coming as Hardman will get the offensive rebound.
Yeah, we have, again, we are obviously outsized a bit in height-wise, but they really crash the board. They know how to position themselves. They know how to do a turnaround jump shot. I mean, they are a team that looks like they score 76 points a game. They got inside, outside, passing, shooting, free throws. I mean, they're the full package. So the Dutch, to come away with the win tonight, are going to have to play a really good game, which should be really fun to watch, though.
And, you know, I don't know what the answer is, because Pella obviously doesn't have a 6'7" rim protector, but what do you do to stop a team that's just, I mean, it's been 90% of their scoring, Brian, has come within 8 feet of the basket. It's just so hard to guard a team that's just driving and driving and driving and doing so effectively.
Well,
Hardman mix both, by the way.
That's going to be their first thing is, stop the perimeter drives and put some pressure on, because right now they're either driving all the way to the hoop, or when they drive and we pick up, they dump it off. And, so it's stopping the perimeter drive. Keep your man in front of you. It sounds as basic as it is, but that's going to be an adjustment they're going to have to make.
Benny Ramker gets another runner again within that little 8-foot circle. McGuire, a lot of contact, takes a long step, misses, and Cole Marsh the rebound. 37-29, 5:22 to go. And then a foul on McGuire, who was just a step behind again, and more free throws for Luke Frizzell.
Again, he was the help defense coming over, and he was there as a second late, but the initial perimeter defense kind of broke down, gave him a drive to the baseline side, and we were just a smidgen slow in getting there.
Makes you wonder just how good Decora's offense was on Friday, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Pella is a very good offensive team. We're not taking any away from the Dutch, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with, but I mean, how do you keep up with this? Only, Brian, because it's all happening inside. It's not like this is just fluke three-pointer. They're up to 80 points. They're just flying down the floor in 10 seconds and hitting a free throw. Or if they're not getting their shots, they're hitting free throws. 39-29, Waverly Shellrock with their largest lead. Really impressed by this Go Hawks team.
Yeah, they've got the full package going, and now they play a really stretched defense because they got the height to do it to bother you.
Rowe. Jump pass to a cutting McGuire with a two-hand slam. And can that ignite the Dutch here? A flush dunk for Jack McGuire, 39-31, 4:44 remaining. Here in the third, and then McGuire gets a steal.
Oh, shoot.
And then Pella got two out of control again. And here's the crazy part, Brian. Pella has 6 turnovers, which is a little bit high. Probably 3 of those, Brian, are just throws out of bounds.
Yeah.
And when you're a team against Waverly Shellrock that, again, shoots 51% from the floor, and tonight you got to be shooting 70 or 80%, boy, oh boy, it's shown up on the scoreboard. And that's really been the difference. Rebounding's very close. Just those little things. Top of the circle, Marsh, left side, this is Ramker. Ramker, 3, in and out, no. Loose ball rebound scooped up by McGuire. And at this point, Brian, I think Pella's hoping the Go Hawks take more threes.
Yeah, I was going to say at this point.
39-31 Pella. They led by 5, in case you missed it. Presented by Veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in the first 3 minutes, but it's been all Go Hawks since then. There were 11 ties or lead changes in the first quarter, none in quarter numero uno, or dos, I should say. In the corner, extra pass, row 3, high arcing, no. Luke Hardman fights hard for the rebound, yes.
Nice job. Again, we're still hanging around.
Just a couple of stops and scores away from this being a good ball game again. 39-33. This is Marsh. High elbow. Flips it over to Noah Frizzell. Frizzell at the free throw line. Fadeaway jumper is in. What do you do if they're making shots like that? Little fadeaway, contested.
You keep playing. And hope that there'll be a time when they don't fall, and then you got to make sure you're securing rebounds. But yeah, you're playing good defense on that particular series, and yeah, you didn't come out on top that time.
Hardman just steps off the dribble for 3, yes. 41-36, Dutch closing slowly but surely, now within 5. 3:09 remaining second quarter in the UCS Healthcare Game Reset. Your total partners in health in Knoxville, West Des Moines, and Ankeny. And then count it again, and McGuire gets his 3rd foul as Benny Ramker just went right at him.
Yeah, and McGuire, he tried because he almost kept his hands at his side if I saw it right, but because he didn't want to, but it was a little bit of a shoulder, a little bit of a body, and he was trying everything in his power to not foul. But a nice finish by that young man from Waverly Shellrock, Ramker.
Yeah, Benny Ramker is the 4th of the quadrant of Go Hawks that score 13 or more points a game. He's going to get a rest as he knocks it in, 44-36.
Well, again, if you're the Dutch, you stay within striking distance. I mean, they've been shooting the threes pretty decently tonight, and so if we can stay within 2 to 3 possessions or of being able to come back, that's a good thing, I think, for this first half, and then maybe reevaluate and maybe make some changes at the half.
Jump stop for Rowe. Trado back in. 3 is way off the mark, and the board is controlled by Marsh. May have been partially blocked there. 44-36. The hard part about this, Brian, is you're going to have to try and close this gap without arguably your most explosive player who just did a dunk, a steal, and a bunch of rebounds. Pella does get a steal here, though. Eventually, Trado comes up with just the 4th Go Hawks turnover. Hardman flips it out to Rowe. Rowe, a shot fake. Thought about the
nice fake.
Finger roll.
Kind of the old fake pass. Nobody went for it. He just kind of leaned in and finished. Nicely done.
44-38 Dutch. Baseline. This is Luke Frizzell. Jump out. Couple of passes. Marsh, 3 on the way. Yes.
I'm not sure who's running the shot clock, but they maybe want to just go get some popcorn because it's a non-factor.
Rowe has his shot blocked by Marsh. And then a rebound by Marsh. 47-38. This Go Hawks team is on pace for 100. They may get there at this rate. That's it. I mean, Pella is on pace, Brian, to score close to 80 points.
Nice job by both men.
Trado with the dish.
And Schulte with a nice seal to get position on the inside.
47-40. That's our first Pella Motors timeout. We're just going to take it, Brian, I think, to take our and catch our breaths. We're live inside our broadcast booth in Pella Real Estate Services on KRLS.
When you eat at Culver's, you're enjoying fresh food, not just fast food. I'm Tim Grotenheis, owner of Culver's Restaurant in Pella, and we pride ourselves on making your order fresh every time. Our never frozen burgers are made fresh just the way you want it. Our chicken sandwiches and chicken strips are made fresh. We don't make them ahead of time and let them sit under a warmer. And we slow turn our frozen custard in small batches all day so it's at its very best. What can we make fresh for you today at Culver's Restaurant in Pella?
Hy-Vee Perks members get Hy-Vee's absolute best prices every day on hundreds of items throughout the store, like bananas for just 39 cents a pound, a 5-pound bag of Hy-Vee potatoes for only $2.49, and fresh rotisserie chicken for just $5.99. And if you're a Hy-Vee Perks member, you'll also get to take advantage of the Fuel Saver program, where you save big money at the gas pump just for shopping at Hy-Vee. If you're not a member, get signed up today at the customer service counter, and you can start saving today. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
Andrew Schneider, Brian Vanderloon in our Pella Real Estate Services broadcast booth. I think the only thing that may slow this game down is fatigue. 47-40. We're still in the first half. These teams are on pace to score 80+ in this one. 3 on the way is no good, but a long rebound is tipped out to Ramker.
He traveled.
And travels. Turnover margin getting ever closer. So
I was just going to say, excuse me, the other thing we were talking about, the difficulty of coming back if you fall too far behind. You're looking at a team that is a really good free throw shooting team at 79%. So your odds are in their favor. If you got to try to foul your way to get back in, that's likelihood of that happening is not probably very likely.
So Harrison Mullins brings it down the floor. We haven't seen a whole lot of that yet from him this season, but he should be a really nice player the next couple years. Cameron Rowe has it left wing. Barnes in the corner, out to Hugan. Extra pass. Mullins 3, no. And Marsh, he has been so tough. 15 points, 4 rebounds for the Go Hawks. Clears it. And quickly down the other side, boom. Luke Frizzell has back-to-back threes. 50-40. Here's Rowe. Rowe backs off, then through traffic, can't get his layup to go, and Marsh just gets a tough rebound. 50-40, 37 seconds remaining, and they can take the air out of this basketball, Brian, if they want, but I don't know if that's what they're going to do. And they're not. Marsh kicks it out. Left wing, 3 on the way, short, and Barnes the rebound.
I would guess the Dutch will, in fact, hold for the last shot.
Here's Hugan near the volleyball line, and he'll back off even further toward the scorer's table. 50-40, Go Hawks. Dutch are down by 10. Well, the best our offense in 3 has been as delivered. Pella trying to hang tough here. 2 seconds left. Schulte contested 3 at the horn, no. And that'll take us to halftime, where we're running out of room on our scorecard already. 50-40. A high-flying game heads to the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. Halftime show.
Hi, this is Levi Spain with Spain Painting in Pella.
And I'm Emily Spain with Spain Design Co.
If you're thinking about painting the outside of your home or business, let's talk this winter. My schedule is already filling up for 2024, so let's get your project on my calendar.
And if you're looking to update the interior of your home or business, I'd love to help you create a beautiful and functional space through interior design, staging, and styling.
Check out some of my work at spain-painting.com.
And find me on Instagram at Spain Design Co.
Struggling with substance use issues? UCS Healthcare, with locations in Knoxville, West Des Moines, and Ankeny, offers comprehensive treatment programs to address both the physical and mental aspects of substance use. Treatment plans are individualized and designed to guide patients through the recovery process in a supportive and confidential environment. Start your journey to recovery today by visiting ucsonline.org. UCS Healthcare, your partner in total health.
Raceway Tire and Exhaust in Knoxville supports all the Marion County athletic teams and athletes competing this year. The values of hard work, sportsmanship, and perseverance will help them not only on the field, but in life for years to come. When you want these values in your automotive service, look no further than Raceway Tire and Exhaust, your one-stop auto headquarters located at 1318 West Bell Avenue in Knoxville, or at racewaytireandexhaust.com.
Raceway Tire and Exhaust.
We got what you need
to get you on the go.
Grow strong with us. Lighten State Bank. Lighten State Bank.
Lighten State Bank has been helping customers grow financially strong since 1911. Our experts in deposit solutions, residential lending, and business banking would love to help you on your next step of your financial journey. Stop into one of our locations or visit us at lightenbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Start your day right with Scooter's Coffee. Grab breakfast on the go with their mouth-watering options. Bacon ciabatta sandwich, everything bagel sandwich, scrumptious cinnamon rolls, blueberry and double chocolate muffins, as well as hearty burritos and omelet bites. Fuel your morning with delicious choices that keep pace with your busy life, because a great day begins with a great breakfast. Swing by today and savor the flavor. Scooter's Coffee. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Thinking about a job at Vermeer? Our training team wants to set you up for success. Titus trains our new machining team members.
There are so many opportunities at Vermeer, and machining is only one of them. But from the machining aspect, there's, even in the machine shop alone, there are so many opportunities. And even if you have no machining background, there's lots of opportunities to come in and be successful at Vermeer.
Start the search for your career at Vermeer by visiting vermeerjobs.com.
Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, we welcome you to the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front-end work, their no-appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle, stop and see Shonda Ward and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Well, Brian, I hope we got to take a little break there. One team's on pace to score 100, the other 80. It's 50-40. Go Hawks over the Dutch in this top 10 showdown. And as we go inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber, we already have a lot of high-scoring players. Cole Marsh leading the way here for the Go Hawks with 15 points. Louis Portillo has 10, 6 for Luke Frizzell, 8 for Benny Raymaker, just 2 for Jude Landers, 4 for Noah Frizzell, and 3 for Tyler Gade. Luke Hardman has 9 points, McGuire with 8, Trado with 6, Cameron Rowe with 9, Austin Schulte with 5, 3 for Tyson Barnes. Pella has 6 turnovers. The Go Hawks have 5. It's a 16-10 rebounding margin in favor of Waverly Shellrock. And unofficially, Brian, I have Pella at 17-31 shooting, which is a really nice night overall. Waverly Shellrock at 20 of 30. They are shooting at 66%, and it feels like it, Brian, right? Every time they're down the floor, they're getting something close, and they're more often than not making it.
Yeah, they've just done a nice job of running their offense, being aggressive, and so it'll be interesting what the Dutch do as far as adjustments and some of those things. It's just an interesting, whether they'll try to switch up defenses. I know they went to zone just for a couple of possessions. We talked on the air about how do you stop dribble penetration, because that's been the killer. They've just been breaking down our perimeter defense, and then we're on our heels in the back line of our defense, and they're getting decent shots. And and layups. So it'll just be whether it's a gut check, a mental check, or whether they, physically make some changes. It'll be interesting to see what the coaching staff says. I got a feeling they're going to challenge them to just play Dutch defense a little bit harder.
Inside the Numbers is delivered by Pella Fiber, where every home gets a gig. Join the movement today at PellaFiber.com. Brian and I will have more of our second half adjustments when we come back. This is the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. Pella trails Waverly Shell Rock 50-40. Also do want to check in quickly on our Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. We're in Class 2A action. It's PCM at Ogden 20-18 in the Class 2A district opener. So we'll see if the Mustangs can hang on at the home of the Bulldogs. We'll step aside and have more after this on KRLS. Dutch trail by 10. Dutch.
You'll drive away happy with Pella Motors guarantee.
At Pella Motors, we won't be beat on price, period. So if you're looking for a great deal on a brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, and saving big money makes you happy, Pella Motors will not be beat on price, period.
You'll drive away happy with Pella Motors guarantee.
Gordon & Associates Ltd. has offices in Oskaloosa and Creston, and they serve clients throughout most of Iowa. With more than 70 years of service and a growing staff of highly qualified employees, they provide clients with assistance in water treatment, distribution, wastewater collection and treatment, street construction and renovation, stormwater management, and residential, commercial, and industrial developments, in addition to a variety of specialty projects. Today, Gordon & Associates Ltd. continues to grow and prosper, building upon the solid foundation of its predecessors. Give Gordon & Associates a call today at 641-672-2526.
If you're looking for top-notch plumbing and HVAC services from a family-based business that treats you like one of their own, call me, Austin with Vanderlinden Services. With years of expertise and a commitment to customer satisfaction, our friendly experts are ready to serve you. Plus, we're proud to offer top-of-the-line York residential and commercial HVAC systems. For all your home comfort needs, call me and experience why Vanderlinden Services is best for your job.
It's tax season, and H&R Block is here to make it a season worth celebrating. Whether you choose to file in person, virtually, or via drop-off, you'll get upfront, transparent pricing and expert help from tax pros that average a decade of experience. Plus, H&R Block's max refund guarantee means you'll ring in the season by getting every dollar you deserve. File your way with H&R Block, and tax season will feel just as good as all your favorite seasons. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund. Limitations apply. See hrblock.com/guarantees.
Visit H&R Block, Pella, Oskaloosa.
The wheels on the car go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the car go round and round at Central Tire and Auto.
How are the wheels on your car holding up? Central Tire and Auto and Pella is here to help, but they're not going round and round quite like they should be. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella.
At Central Tire and Auto.
Whether it's navigating the uncharted waters of being a first-time business owner, expanding your business to meet growing demand, or investing in ways to propel your business to new heights, Bank Iowa can help you and your business take the next step, no matter how large or small it may be. So anything you can imagine, let's make it happen. Bank Iowa, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show on 92.1 KRLS, Waverly Shell Rock 50, Pella 40. Our second half adjustments are presented by the gurus of garage doors at the Young Door Service. And Brian, you already alluded to it a little bit. Sometimes it's just hoping that they don't make as many shots. Sometimes it's can you be a little bit even more intense on defense. But it's clear the Pella defense has struggled with this Waverly Shell Rock team that's on pace to score 100. And I don't think they're getting to 100. That's a really, really hard thing to do. You think of fatigue and missed shots and other things. But boy, oh boy, the Go Hawks have given us a lot of reasons as to why they can play at this pace.
Yeah, and I'm not so sure it's as much as the Dutch having as much trouble as they are just running at a high level of efficiency offensively. I mean, they've got some very skilled players. They just had that wonderful combination that, every coach dreams of, where, they were making good decisions driving to the bucket. They were making good decisions with passes. They were, hitting the shots. And, it was kind of the perfect storm. The Dutch, for the most part, they're only down 10. If you think about it, we hit a few threes. And, I bet, there's going to be a few adjustments, like I said before the break, of, I think just keeping your man in front of you. As simple as that sounds, I think just a re-emphasis of that will really help the Dutch from having their entire defensive scheme break down.
Your second half adjustments are presented by...
We're the gurus of garage doors, the Young Door Service in Pella.
Be sure to check out their new showroom on Roosevelt Road at 908, just west of Pella Christian High School. That'll wrap up our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change and full mechanical work, stop and see Shonda Ward and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, Andrew Schneider and Brian Vanderloon. It's lived up to the billing so far. Two of the best offenses in Class 3A are shooting at a frantic pace. We'll see what happens in half number 2 between the Dutch and Go Hawks, both now ranked top 10 in Class 3A. The Dutch in at number 10 and the Go Hawks at number 3. And I think the good news is now that we've learned what the postseason tournament journey is for the Dutch, they will not see an offense like this again until the state tournament, that's for sure. And then right away, an and one. The third foul on Luke Hartman, and he's been so good tonight. Cole Marsh.
Just a nice little slip play off the screen, and just again, he's a big, strong kid, and he just finished. And Luke tried to swat it from behind and was just a little late and got him across the wrist.
Check that is his only second foul. I had him for 2 in the first half, but thankfully not official up here. McGuire has to play really careful in there too, Brian. And just like that, 53-40. Bounce pass down low to Hardman. He'll lose the handle on it, whip it around. Here is McGuire cutting, wide open. Hugen, reverse layup.
Nice little job of dishing off, and Hugen with a nice finish.
Spin move. It's Ramker, Frizzell, Marsh, Frizzell, and Portillo. McGuire, Hardman, Trado, Hugen, Rowe. Your starters, and then Hardman reaches in. He made contact. I know he doesn't like the call, but that was the right call, Brian.
He kind of got caught on the backside on that switch, and he got in the wrong spot. So again, he's going to have to start to play the rest of this quarter for sure. Smart without fouling, but as aggressive as they are inside, that's going to be a tough task.
Well, especially because now McGuire and Hardman, really your two strongest players on the interior, Brian, if they want to play that way, each have 3 fouls. So that'll complicate things, and if I'm the Go Hawks, I keep that flow going. 3 on the way is short. Offensive rebound, no, it's loose and scooped up by Cameron Rowe. Rowe behind the back dribble, gets it between the circles to Hardman. Hardman, a jump stop, floater in the lane, yes.
Nice job of being under control again when you got 3 and don't want to pick up your 4th. He didn't go barreling in there. He came in very under control. Oh.
Yep, and there's that push off this time by Marsh. First turnover. Just the first on Marsh. No foul trouble at all for the Go Hawks. All of their starting players just with 1 foul apiece, Brian. Pella's got 2 with 3. 53-44. Waverly Shell Rock leads the Dutch early third quarter. Kick out. Hugen, open 3. Clangs around, no. And Noah Frizzell clears the Go Hawks' first rebound of the half. Down low. Tough shot. Short. Necessarily to be Mr. Point Guard, but he will do it as asked. McGuire steps back from the elbow. Keeps his dribble all the way through the lane for a tough 2. He's in double figures. Both Hardman and McGuire in double figures, scoring, each playing with 3 fouls, and it's a 7-point advantage here for the Go Hawks. Can Pella get a few more stops? This is the talented Marsh who nearly pushed off of Hardman again. Tough straight-up defense here for McGuire, but there's not much he can do beyond that as Luis Portillo knocks it in.
Nice little left-handed jump hook off the glass. Wow, that was, you don't see that in today's game very often.
55-46 Go Hawks. Spin move, McGuire. Clears it out. Pass is tipped out of bounds, and then nicely saved by the Go Hawks. Frizzell will come up with Pella's first turnover of the half, and then it's knocked out of bounds by McGuire. And who was that diving out of bounds, Brian? I didn't quite catch it.
I think it was number 24, but
Portillo. He came flying out, and Pella kind of just gave up on it, and he said, I'll try it. He went high in the air, cleared it.
Which usually is one of the cardinal sins, is saving it under your opponent's basket. But
shot misses. McGuire gets the rebound for the Dutch, and they're quickly up the head. The floor to Trado with the left-hand layup.
Nice finish, nice pass ahead.
Trado up to 8 points, 55-48. Can Pella keep closing this gap? They had a lead earlier in the game, and that's going to help. Rebound will go to Trado. And it's not when you're a team that shoots as well as Waverly Shellrock does it, you don't want to attempt threes. That's just a bit surprising, Brian, when things have gone so well in the paint that they keep kind of going to it, right?
Yeah, right. Oh, and there we got an easy.
Hardman fights hard for the offensive rebound, couldn't finish on the putback. Down low, Trado, good defense. McGuire clears another rebound. His second of the quarter. McGuire over the timeline, tries to go coast to coast. He gets tied up, and it's a held ball. Pella doesn't like the call. I got a lot of ball, Brian. I don't know. But it will say Pella ball on the offensive rebound. And the possession arrow, I should say, keeps the possession going with 26 seconds on the shot clock. It was close. Pella will chase this one down all the way back to the bench of the Go-Hawks. Bounce pass, here's Hardman. Hardman from the lane kicks it out to McGuire, who has trouble with the handle. Gets it going again through two defenders, and then he travels.
He did travel, yep. Got into traffic and trying to gather himself and took a little extra baby hop.
And you wonder if that last play is just in his head a little bit, right? You know, sometimes when you get thinking, Brian, the things that are normally natural or instinct all of a sudden turn into thinking. 55-48, a 7-point deficit for the Dutch. It's been as much as 13. And count it as Hugen came flying in, trying to stop the unstoppable. Cole Marsh is having a game.
Yeah, he's for a third leading scorer, he looks like their main threat, but definitely taking advantage of his size and strength.
I'll have a chance for an and one here, 57-48. Live in our Pella Real Estate Services broadcast booth. A UCS Healthcare game reset. We're right back where we started at the half. A 10-point Waverly Shellrock lead, 21 points for Cole Marsh. 2 fouls for the Go-Hawks, 3 for the Dutch. They trail by 10 with the ball. 3:51 to go third quarter. A UCS Healthcare game reset. Hardman thought about a step back three instead, passes to McGuire. Now Rowe has it near center court. Right wing Hugen, dribble, drive, spin move. Stops, he's stuck. Tries the backdoor cutting Rowe, who gets a great dish off to Trado for 2.
That's the second time those two have connected, I believe, with Trado busting hard from the top of the key toward the hoop.
Kick out, 3 on the way, short.
Dutch have done a good job defensive rebounding. They've very limited second opportunities.
Here's Hardman. Hardman in the paint, whips it back out in the corner to Rowe. Rowe dribbles with it a few steps and then finds Trado. Series of passes, gets it back over to Hardman. Bounce pass to McGuire on the baseline. Steps his way through the lane, clears it out. Hugen 3, no. And the board is controlled by Jude Landers, and Pella can't be as aggressive, I think, on the glass with Hardman and McGuire because of that foul trouble. 2:50 to go here in the quarter. It's an 8-point Go-Hawks lead. And while they're not at that 100-point pace, they're still certainly showing off some good offense, although an air ball, Jude Landers ends up getting the rebound. And then a tie-up. Trado is upset with the quick whistle on that because he ended up with it.
Stay with Waverly Shellrock on this alternate possession.
2:39 remaining, 16 seconds on the shot clock. It's Pella trailing Waverly Shellrock 58-50. Bring Austin Schulte and Tyson Barnes in, so Pella's gone to their 7 deep.
We need to really communicate here. They've gotten some easy ones out of bounds.
They're spacing the floor 5 wide, and they losing the handle on it for a second was Landers, and coming up with it was Cameron Rowe. Just the second Go-Hawks turnover. Trado misses. Schulte gets the rebound, and he'll kick it back out to Rowe, and we'll keep the possession alive. Rowe starts his dribble to the left side of the lane, kicks it back out to McGuire, left wing. McGuire goes to the same spot, spins through tough defense, and then a foul. Some contact called on Luke Frizzell. And free throws coming for Jack McGuire. 58-50, 2:12 remaining here in the third quarter. We do have a Strawver Cellular Instant Radio update in non-broadcast action tonight. It's Knoxville taking on Grinnell. Boys basketball action 16-8 after 1 quarter. And Pella's back within 7. That's where the cap's been basically since the second quarter.
We just need one of these possessions where we're about 6 and hit a 3, but we haven't been able to do that quite yet.
It's because the second one misses. Give Frizzell another rebound. I mean, it's crazy to think, but Pella, they had the lead by 5, and then Waverly got that 7 or 8 point lead, and they've not been able to close the gap. There's that extra pass again on the baseline from Frizzell to Frizzell, and now Portillo whips it back out right side to Landers. Landers, bounce pass into Portillo. He'll kick it out. Long 3 attempt on the way is no good. And here's Barnes again. Pella, I think Brian is satisfied to let the Go Hawks shoot from 3 here.
I think you're right. And
pass tipped out of bounds. And I say that now, if they were hitting everything from downtown, we maybe not, so emphatic with that idea. But, I mean,
sometimes you got to pick your poison, as they say. And they would dropped into a 2-3 zone, so that's all about stopping that penetration. And if they shoot a 3, we're going to hopefully rebound. And so far this half, it's actually done pretty well. Inbounds into McGuire. And why we say that, too, is that Pella's got some foul trouble. They were living on that interior, and not so much here. McGuire, he's going to get 2 shots out of that, although his intent was to pass. Yeah. So that's a third on Frizzell. I think they're going to discuss whether it was a pass or whether it was a shot.
I thought it was clearly a pass. I mean, the ball ended up in Cameron Rowe's lap with 1:26 remaining, 58-51. So Frizzell out. Quickly, Jude Landers in after he got about a 30-second breather. 58-51. Trado inbound. Quick bucket for Jack McGuire off the window and in. Now Pella's broken the cap on 7. Can they get another stop and score? There we go.
And we got a minute to go in the third.
And like you said, they're playing that kind of extended 2-3 zone here, trying to prevent some easy dribble drives. It's a tough take. And then a tough rebound for Portillo. Just waited it out. He finally got it in his hand. No one ever really got possession, and he'll end up getting to 14 points. Right side of the lane, Trado answers no. Barnes tips the rebound. It's controlled eventually by Cole Marsh. Marsh outside. We mentioned that outside of the 4 players, Brian going off, Portillo averages 4.4 a game. He's up to 14.
Yeah.
And that's right now pretty much the difference in this game, a 7-point lead. Although Marsh has also been dominating. He's bumped before the shot. And it's the 4th Pella foul, so they'll reset the shot clock here, 34.9 seconds, and no free throws. And the second on Tyson Barnes.
So again, they do a nice job of their out-of-bounds plays under. You got to make them work. You got to communicate. You got to make sure you're watching people from the top, because we got players that are beyond half court here. So
Hardman and McGuire is still playing with 3 fouls. Inbounds will go to Marsh, who now
they're going to hold for 1.
Up by 7. Frizzell has it near half court. Flips it to his left side, McGuire. 15 seconds. Pella trails by 7.
You don't want McGuire to pick up one on a very quick ramker.
Yep. A lot of contact. There's a steal for the Dutch. They've got 4 seconds to score. McGuire racing to the hole. His shot is blocked. He wanted a foul, didn't get it. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. 60-53, Go Hawks lead Pella inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Just $29.99 per line for 1, 2, or 3 lines. So you don't need that robot daughter you built to get a 4th line for family plan pricing.
Oh, Rope Elizabeth? She's not gonna like that.
The robots will prevail.
Oh boy.
Get the low rate of $29.99 per line. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
We value human connection with fewer distractions. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Visit Strawber Cellular, your locally owned authorized agent for U.S. Cellular in downtown Pella.
Do you know where to look if your pet goes missing in the Pella area?
This is Dr. Glenda Van Wyk at Van Wyk Veterinary Clinic. We are in partnership with the City of Pella and serve as the pound for animals found within city limits. If your pet gets loose or goes missing, please check in with our office. We love a good family reunion.
Sadly, some pets are never claimed by an owner.
Please check out our adoptables on petfinder.com or stop in our office during business hours. Van Wyk Veterinary Clinic.
Quality, compassion, family.
Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. It is a wild one here although things have slowed down.
Yeah.
It was 50-40 at the half and 60-53 after a much slower third quarter. Still a high-scoring game between the number 10 Dutch and the number 3 ranked Waverly Shellrock Go-Hawks, who have a 7-point lead. Pella starts the fourth quarter with the ball.
McGuire
Hardman, Hugan, Rowe, Schulte, and Barnes, the 5 on the floor for Pella, and Rowe makes it a 5-point game again. Just a quick layup off the dribble. Ramker, Frizzell, Marsh, Frizzell, Portillo, the starting 5 on the floor here for the Go-Hawks. It's as good as a starting 5 in Class 3A, and a turnaround jumper and an answer for Noah Frizzell.
Again, got into the lane, and got the shot that he wanted.
In the corner for Cameron Rowe. Rowe face guarded here by Luke Frizzell. Couple of passes top of the circle. Hugan dribble drive, layup misses. Pella's missed a few of those here in the half. Marsh has got his 7th rebound of the game. And now he's going to start and work in on Hardman. Tough for 2, and there's not much Luke can do without getting the foul.
Yeah.
23 points for Cole Marsh. 64-55, 7 to play. Now back to a 9-point game. Hardman just steps back for 3, no good. And Frizzell, his 6th rebound. That's Luke, the junior, at 6'6". 6:44 remaining, and the Go-Hawks threatening to pull away. Portillo has it left side to Ramker. Ramker, center of the lane, and give him another hoop and hurt. His 3rd of the night as Ramker gets into double figures.
They do a nice job of finishing through the play, and
3rd on Barnes.
Kind of reminiscent of the very first Pella Christian game when Pella Christian had that run the second half. They had 4 or 5 and 1s, it seemed like, if I remember right. And
it seems like, Brian, that's, Pella is mostly who they are at this point. Teams that can control the ball and dribble drive. As we'll get a Pella Motors timeout from Coach Derek Schulte. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with him. We'll hold that thought as you're listening to Pella High Basketball, powered by Bank Iowa on FM 92.1 KRLS Knoxville Pella, KRLS HD1 Knoxville Pella.
Thinking about home renovation? Call Kent at DeHeisen Carpentry in Pella. Finish that basement. Remodel your kitchen or bathroom. Build that new addition you've been dreaming about. Even new construction. At DeHeisen Carpentry, they can do it all. DeHeisen Carpentry is a Pella Windows certified contractor. DeHeisen Carpentry will work with you from start to finish, ensuring the job is done right and to your satisfaction. For your next home renovation project, call the professionals at DeHeisen Carpentry in Pella, 780-1858.
The season at Vandenberg's Greenhouse has ended, and they want to thank everyone for making this a fantastic year. Vandenberg's Greenhouse is now closed for a few months, and Russ and Becky Vandenberg are busy getting ready for opening in March, and of course their spring open house. Keep listening for the spring opening date and to hear more about some exciting additions coming to Vandenberg's Greenhouse, 1405 Highway 5 at Albia. Always worth a short drive.
Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, Waverly Shellrock with a 12-point lead, 6:29 to go fourth quarter. And Brian, we were kind of picking up on the thought about, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. You brought up an excellent point about Pella against Pella Christian the first time these teams played, as Hardman kicks it out, left wing, 3 on the way for McGuire is in. Where Pella has struggled, and we saw it against DCG last Friday too, is teams that can penetrate, attack the rim, and finish, especially with quick guards. So we'll see if Pella can overcome that here. Just down by 9. And
wow. That's a heck of a play. He tipped it to himself and finished it all in one motion.
Yeah. Just goes to show just how well things have been going for the Go-Hawks here. Schulte drives the lane, stops right side of the bricks down low, and he's lost and has to find his answer in Ramon Hugan near half court. Out to Trado. Pella down by 11, 69-58. Off a screen, here's Trado. Hardman, spin move through contact for 2.
Nice job that time with the spin and off the glass with some touch.
4 Pella players are in double figures. They've gotten to 60 points, but they still trail by 9. The Go-Hawks have been relentless tonight. Pella's had no answer so far for this excellent Class 3A offense. As they're bearing down quickly on their season average. 3 on the way, yes. Luke Frizzell 72-60.
Like I said, sometimes you have to choose what you're going to give up on, and they kind of sagged to make sure they held off on the penetration, and he just stepped back for the three.
Here's Hugan. Out to Hardman. Hardman on line, yes. Luke Hardman has 16 points. I mean, you draw up a game for Pella's offense, Brian, you probably can't get it much better, as there's a quick drive and lay it for Cole Marsh. It's just that they cannot stop these Go Hawks. Here's Hardman. Center of the lane, works his way through traffic, and he's fouled by Noah Frizzell. That's his third. And again, we're not trying to knock Pella. You've got the best offense in Class 3A, and right now you look at the average points per game. 75.6 for Go Hawks, 65 for Pella. Both teams are on pace to exceed that here tonight. And if you told Coach Schulte, hey, you're probably going to get to 70, 75 points tonight or have a good shot at it, he'd say, you know what, we got a good shot to beat just about any team. It's just that Waverly Shell Rock has been a step better, and Pella's defense has a little bit of a weakness, and the Go Hawks are the perfect team tonight, at least, to attack it.
Yeah, and here's the reality: is we're one free throw away from being a 3-possession game.
Right.
I mean,
it's not over.
It's not like it's over. They got to definitely get a couple of stops, and they're going to have to hit a couple of shots to get it back in there, but. It's a interesting game. They've been hitting on all cylinders for the most part for the entire game.
Tell you what, the Go Hawks look tournament ready. Now they got to finish, obviously, with 4:15 to play. Kick out three, yes. What do you do?
Yeah, I mean,
Marsh draws the defense in because he's so good there, and he's been unstoppable tonight at 25 points. And then you get it out to Ramker, who just hits a perfect three-pointer. McGuire clangs and bangs no, tries to get his own rebound.
A little frustrated. He's going against a pretty tough defensive player.
And we'll get a Pella Motors timeout and a full timeout. We'll take it with him again. We've approached the 8 o'clock hour. 77-65 Go Hawks over the Dutch on KRLS.
Even a mild winter can take a toll on your roof. Between the freeze and the thaw, you may need new shingles. Certainly, if you're going to get new shingles, you're going to get CertainTeed shingles from Dutch Mill Supply in Pella. CertainTeed Roofing offers a wide array of residential roofing shingle options.
Dutch Mill Supply, located in Pella, is your only locally owned, one-stop, full-service lumberyard and building material supplier. My name is Joshua Payne. My staff and I are here daily for professional service from the guy next door. Our product line is diverse, and we'll get you what you need quickly and at a competitive price.
You've heard the saying, you get what you pay for. That's true in about everything in life, and it's certainly true when it comes to garage doors. You've heard or seen the big boxes advertise garage doors for just a few $100. And at DeYoung Door Service, their doors are more expensive, but they're also way better. Better insulated, better rollers, better hinges, just plain better doors. Oh, and when you buy from DeYoung's, you got the guru on your side.
Hi, this is Kurt DeYoung. We're the gurus of garage doors. DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
Checking in on our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard at halftime, Knoxville 31, Grinnell 19, PCM 47, Ogden 31. Looks like the Mustangs are advancing to Thursday. Norwalk and Ankeny in a Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio update, tied at 12. All of the larger schools are in non-postseason action. 3 on the way for Frizzell. He's got 9, and Brian, that may just do it, 80-65.
Yeah, that was a really nice set play, double screen for him, and he popped out to the wing, and yeah, they know what they've got in him as a shooter, and he just came off of that firing. Now they've kind of dropped into a zone here a little bit.
And I'm pretty sure, Brian, this will be the first time Pella has scored 65 points in regulation, and they will have maybe lost the game. Schulte's not giving up on it yet. He's got 8. But they're going to need a perfect storm here with 3:10 remaining and to somehow keep this game at 80 or 81 points, because there's no way they're getting up to 90. There's at least a thought of a start, but Frizzell gets an offensive rebound. Corner 3. Second try, no. And contact this time, and it'll go to Rowe after a foul.
Yeah, Rowe did a nice job. He was battling 2 of the offensive players going to the glass. And
the foul was on 22. That's his 4th. I think there was some lobbying going there to hope it was on number 4, Marsh. You know, Pella Christian and Coach Bohr has them trained. They raise their hand right away. And you never know, if you raise the right hand and you get the official.
You might fool somebody just.
But not that. It did not work that time. Bounce pass to McGuire. He got the position. and count it. Or no, was that a charge?
I think he called a charge.
Yeah, it's called a charge. Fourth foul on McGuire. That was close. Coach Schulte did not like the call. $80-68 is our score. The problem was, Brian, his charge call looks very similar to an and one.
Yeah.
And it was a close play. I'm not saying it was, it probably was a 50-50 there. And McGuire's certainly trying to force the issue right now by 12.
Right.
80-68, Go Hawks lead. 2:37 to go here in the fourth. This is Cole Marsh. And if the Go Hawks are going to make a run at the state title, I look for number 4 to have a huge part of that. What a nice player he's been. Here's Rowe. Down low to McGuire. Kicks it out to Trado. Kicks it out to McGuire. McGuire has it poked away. Steal to Marsh. Up ahead. Reverse layup. No. And then they're going to call goaltending. So give the bucket to Frizzell. He's got 11. I am running out of room in these chicken scratches. 82-68. It was pretty close.
Yeah.
And for Trado to be the one called for it is pretty surprising at 5'11", but
some of those things you just don't see at the Iowa high school level very often. And
Rowe for 2. He has 13. 82-70. So it's not over, but
we need obviously about 2 or 3 stops just to make it interesting right here. And they're smart and well coached. They're gonna
ton of seniors and juniors and guys who have played a lot of varsity basketball who know where their bread is buttered. Well, there is a shot that misses. There's Trado. It starts with 1, right?
That's right.
Long 2 for Rowe. Probably not the shot he wanted, but bailing him out was Schulte. And through traffic, he gets the putback. Pella's got 5 guys in double figures, and that'll be a Pella Motors timeout. It's still a 10-point game with 1:20, but
we have seen crazier things happen.
Seen crazier things happen, Brian, but in my estimation, it's a miracle time.
I'm going to say we have seen crazier.
Yeah.
I'm always a believer. You never know. You never know.
Brian, I'm not here to doubt you. I'm just here to give our audience a little dose of the I don't want to call it reality because that's too harsh for you, Brian. I'm being more of a pessimist. You are the optimist.
All right, there we go.
Tonight's video presentation on Pella Dutch Live, by the way, is brought to you by Pingle's Home Store, one of our many partners on the Pella Dutch Live and Pella Booster Club. Thanks to Pingle's Home Store for sponsoring tonight's video stream. Who's Always Open, presented by Anytime Fitness. By the way, we're going to give that to Cole Marsh, who has 25 points. Big night for the senior from Waverly Shell Rock. Who's Always Open, presented by Anytime Fitness, the 24/7 gym that fits your lifestyle, your fitness, your way, anytime at Anytime Fitness. Pella was hopeful to have the Who's Always Open guy tonight. And they had really good offensive performance, but unfortunately the defense just couldn't keep up. Frizzell has 13. Luke Frizzell, the junior, 84-72. Braden Trado gets stuck in the paint, kicks it out to Rowe. Rowe, a shot fake out to Hugan. Back to Trado. Trado's 3, no. And McGuire will get the offensive rebound, but then step on the baseline.
Yeah, just those little things that have frustrated McGuire tonight.
55 seconds remaining. UCS Healthcare game reset. 84-72. Neither team is close to the bonus, so double team trap, baseline, dunk misses. And then a foul by Hardman, his 4th. As somehow, after he missed his own dunk, Frizzell got his own rebound anyway. So the ultimate embarrassment, but then he was able to pick himself up.
Yeah, I was going to say, he was right there. It kind of hung on the rim and in the net a little bit as it bounced back out. And that allowed him to get back into the play.
What's coming up is Wired by Centerpoint Electric. We've got 1 regular season game remaining. As less than 24 hours, Pella will welcome the Panthers of Mount Pleasant to the home of the Dutch. Our coverage will begin with myself and Phil Hemming at 6:30 on 92.1 KRLS and Pella Dutch Live. What's coming up? Wired by Centerpoint Electric. If you have an electrical project coming up, trust the experts at Centerpoint Electric and Pella, wired for excellence. 41 seconds remaining. Pella down 86-72. So the Dutch well exceed their season average, but so do the Gohawks, who torched a trail here tonight. Cole Marsh, 8 rebounds, 25 points, and they're going to come down and dribble this one out.
Yeah. Two good teams. I personally think two state tournament caliber type teams. I mean,
the Gohawks, you say state tournament caliber. If they play this good on offense, they're a state championship caliber team.
There's not a lot of teams that can stop the inside-outside that they've displayed tonight. And the Dutch couldn't quite get over the hump soon enough to make it an interesting game.
86-72, the Gohawks explode. Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Start your day right with Scooter's Coffee. Grab breakfast on the go with their mouth-watering options. Bacon ciabatta sandwich, everything bagel sandwich, scrumptious cinnamon rolls, blueberry and double chocolate muffins, as well as hearty burritos and omelet bites. Fuel your morning with delicious choices that keep pace with your busy life, because a great day begins with a great breakfast. Swing by today and savor the flavor. Scooter's Coffee. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Hy-Vee Perks members get Hy-Vee's absolute best prices every day on hundreds of items throughout the store, like Hy-Vee butter for just $2.98, boneless, skinless chicken breasts for only $2.48 a pound, and bananas for just 39 cents a pound. And if you're a Hy-Vee Perks member, you'll also get to take advantage of the Fuel Saver program, where you save big money at the gas pump just for shopping at Hy-Vee. If you're not a member, get signed up today at the customer service counter, and you can start saving today. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
Big box stores may have the equipment you need, but they don't have the expertise and personal touch of Mike Blom with cabinet design of Pella and Wood Harbor Cabinetry. Just ask Hall of Fame coach Randy Wilson.
Several times before he started this project, we had gone to the big box stores, didn't get a whole lot of help. And in meeting with Mike, we were just simply amazed at what he could do for us and help kind of lead us in the right direction.
Hi, I'm Mike Blom, the cabinet guy. Cabinet design of Pella, where we expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations.
If you haven't noticed, US Cellular has been working hard to keep you connected in Pella. By installing multiple new small cell towers in Pella, we've increased our capacity and are able to provide those 5G data speeds that we all deserve. Right now, you can get unlimited home internet service from US Cellular for only $30 a month. That's high-speed, unlimited internet for your home or business for only $30 a month. Stop by Strawber Cellular for details.
You're out and about. Trust Midtown Tire for worry-free driving. Their expert team ensures your car's ready for the cold, snow, and any other winter conditions. From tire checks to winter maintenance, they've got you covered.
This is Zach, the tire man with the Midtown Tire team. Allow my team, the Midtown Tire team, to give back to you.
Visit Midtown Tire for a smooth and worry-free ride. Your journey begins with Midtown Tire.
At our Two Rivers Cooperative Cartridge Station in Pella, we have more fuel choices than ever before. Our standard gas dispensers offer Unleaded Plus, Unleaded 88, E85, and Premium gas. And our new diesel blender pump has 5 different blends of number 1 and number 2 diesel, perfect for our cold Iowa winter. And remember, if you're a Two Rivers local card user, you'll save 4 cents on every gallon every time you fill up. Thank you for supporting Pella's only locally owned gas station at Two Rivers Cooperative.
At Knoxville Hospital and Clinics, we are proud to be your neighbors, your healthcare providers, and your community partners. Hi, I'm Lacey Dykstra, and I'm accepting new patients at the Red Rock Healthcare Pella Clinic and Knoxville Hospital Clinic. As your family medicine provider, I want you to know that I will be here to listen to you and to make sure you are comfortable in every moment of your healthcare process. You and your family are important to me. To schedule an appointment with me in Pella or Knoxville, please call 641-628-2222.
It's volunteer season. Pella Corporation thanks those who volunteer to make our area a great place to live. It's clear that when you volunteer, you're helping others. On the job, the Pella team creates energy-efficient Pella windows and doors for homes and businesses throughout North America. And once the job is done, many Pella Corporation team members volunteer to make a difference in their communities. Let's hear a cheer for volunteers. For more information on exciting careers at Pella Windows and Doors, visit Pella.com/careers.
This is our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show where they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the cabinet guy at Cabinet Design of Pella. The Waverly Shellrock Go Hawks are fast and furious and number 3 in Class 3A. And Pella got a taste of that medicine tonight, 86-72. And Brian, there's not a whole lot of games where you sit here and say we're going to score above our season average. We're going to have 5 players in double figures. And this season in particular, in your Pella, you say we're going to chalk that up as a loss. But outside of maybe DCG, what we saw on this past Friday, I'm not sure that we've seen a team with this kind of acceleration and explosion. Waverly Shellrock is the real deal, and if you let them run wild, this is what will happen.
Yeah, and I think, when you look big picture, which I always try to do in games like this, it shows you that there should be no trouble that the coaching staff convincing the boys that defense is what it's going to take. Because you can score a lot of points, and we did. But yet you can still, if you're not doing the job on the defensive end. Now, granted, Waverly Shellrock had an outstanding game. They had a great game plan. They executed. They were hitting nearly everything. So it was kind of a perfect storm. It wasn't that the Dutch weren't trying, but I noticed a considerable improvement in their keeping their man in front of them that second half, and they did a good job on the boards. But yet, it's just those little things, and every possession and every defensive possession matters. And again, when I look at the conversations the coaching staff can have, all right, fellas, as we move into our second season, as we move into tournament play, if we want to be one of those final 8 and having a chance at, maybe a state title run, it's going to have to start with the defense, and I think they'll be able to point to this game.
Well, let's run down our final stats presented by the Verduff Agency. Let's start at the top for Pella. 18 points for Luke Hartman, so a really nice night for the senior. 15 points for Jack McGuire, 13 for Cameron Rowe, 10 apiece for Braden Trado and Austin Schulte. On the other side, it was 25 for Cole Marsh, 11 for Noah Frizzell, 11 for Benny Ramker, 13 for Luke Frizzell, 14 for Luis Portillo. So their starting 5 all got to double figures as well. They only had 5 points, Brian, of their 84 that came off the bench. Everything else came from that brilliant group on the floor. Rebounding wise, Waverly Shellrock 29, Pella 22. Turnovers close, and those are a low turnover game. 10 for Pella, and then 7 for Waverly Shellrock. Your final stats presented by the Verduff Agency. Let Chad Lance and Larry examine your stats and customize an insurance plan for you. The Verduff Agency provides complete courteous service to the Pella area for 100 years. And so, let's go ahead and pick our McCall Monumental play and player of the game. And Brian, well, player of the game is Cole Marsh. He from the get-go, just his dribble drive, 6'6". He's long and quick. He can dribble, and that's what's so hard, right? You get these 6'6" guys, Brian, who have to post up, or they're just shooters, or they're just defenders. He could do it all, and I know that the Frizzell boys get kind of the attention as the top 2 players, and there's no doubt they're going to be good. If Cole Marsh is playing this good in Class 3A, who can stop him? I mean, Pella's a really good 3A team, and they had absolutely no answer for him.
Well, and again, there were some Pella players that had pretty decent ball games, but as we said in the pregame, was it Portillo that averages 4 points a game, and he had 14? I mean, so
that's another one.
So for him, that was the difference, or that was the difference in it being a under 10-point game, and maybe some different things happened down the stretch. So
and play of the game, Brian, not to cut you off, Pella did have a 5-point lead in this, and it was early in the quarter, but there were 2 really big runs in that first quarter. One that got Waverly Shellrock the lead, and then one that got them that 7 or 8 point margin that they really never let go of. Pella got it within 5 a couple times in that fourth quarter, Brian, but by the time Waverly Shellrock got up by 8 or 9, they're just so relentless that even if they miss a shot or 2, you have to be perfect on the other end, Brian, or they're eventually going to score a quick another 6-0 run. You were absolutely spot on about game of runs. It was after Waverly Shellrock took the lead.
Yeah, and highlight of the game was probably McGuire's dunk.
Yeah.
We'll just go if we want to try to pick a Pella play that was a fun one. Baseline drive and a 2-hand slam. Against a 1-3-1 defense. Those are fun when you're at the high school level. So that could be a potential one too.
Your McCall Monumental play and player of the game. Don't burden your loved ones with planning your memorial after you're gone. Pre-plan yours and trust the family. At McCall Monument, the area's leading monument designer and installer on Old Highway 163 in Pella. Andrew Schneider and Brian Vanderloon live on 92.1 KRLS. We'll step aside. Brian, I'll give you a final thought so I can let you go. Barring some sort of
sickness of somebody,
a Phil Hemming related, you're riding the Pella girls the rest of the way, hopefully to Wells Fargo Arena, and Phil is hopefully doing the same. Trevor and I will take turns, so we're kind of doing the opposite of what we did in the regular season, but obviously, Brian, your last chance to see them on the radio, but I know you'll be at quite a few of their games coming up next week, and tell you what, when Pella plays good defense that complements their good offense, they're really tough to beat. They were missing that element tonight, but if they can score 72 points against anyone else in Class 3A, they got a good shot at winning.
Yeah, and again, I would say that overall they're probably a little disappointed in their defense, but they just couldn't quite get that one stop when they needed, or those two stops in a row when they needed them. And so it wasn't that they were playing that poorly, they just couldn't get those key stops at key moments. And and you build off that, and that's what great coaching staff is going to do, I'm sure of it. And the kids are resilient, they're young, they want to win, and I think they'll listen and respond.
Yeah, well, Brian, thank you. We will get to see each other hopefully in a regional final. It'll be you and Trevor coming up Saturday, and I'm hopeful that you and I are making the trip to Grimes and hopefully getting the Pella girls over that hump against the defending champions.
Until then, plan. Thank you.
I'll see you in person, though, probably the next couple games on the floor.
That sounds like a plan. Thanks for everything.
Continue our Captain's at a Pella Radio post-game show.
Accidents can strike when you least expect them. Whether it's a deer dashing out, a pesky parking lot collision, a red light fender bender, or even a surprise hailstorm, Langstrad Auto Body is here to save the day. Their skilled experts will repair it all. From fallen tree branches to curbside mishaps downtown, they've got you covered. Drive with confidence and choose Langstrad Auto Body, where accidents meet their match.
Langstrad Auto Body, where you don't have to look for quality repair.
Transform your space with Gilchrist Jewett Lumber Hardware and Design Center, your PPG paint destination. Unleash the beauty of your home with the exquisite Pittsburgh Paint Manor Hall line. Gilchrist Jewett brings you quality that lasts. Transform your surroundings with the perfect color and durability. PPG, available exclusively at Gilchrist Jewett. Visit Gilchrist Jewett Lumber Hardware and Design Center today. Your home, your style, our paint.
Are you ready to give your home a fresh, vibrant look? Look no further than Knoxville Farm and Home. And exciting news, introducing brand new Valspar paint selection. Say goodbye to dull wools and hello to a burst of color and style. Valspar paint selection offers a wide array of colors and finishes to suit your unique taste and personality. Whether you're going for a modern, classic, or trendy look, they've got the perfect Valspar paint for you. Knoxville Farm and Home, what a farm store should be.
Pella Community Schools is hosting 2 early childhood parent meetings. For students who will be 5 years old on or before September 15th, parents are invited to attend a pre-K and kindergarten meeting on Monday, February 19th at 5:30 at Lincoln Elementary. And for students who will be 3 or 4 years old on or before September 15th, parents are invited to a preschool and wraparound care meeting on Thursday, February 22nd at 5:30 at Madison Elementary.
Hi, this is Randy DeVries with Centerpoint Electric in Pella. My wife Jody and I both grew up in the area, raised our family in the area, and we've been serving customers in the area since 2000. We're big supporters of activities at both Pella Christian and Pella Community Schools, and we're excited to be part of the live coverage of the Eagles and the Dutch here on KRLS. If you need electrical work done on your home or your business, we're here to help, and we're wired for excellence. Check us out online at centerpoint-electric.com.
At Marion County Bank, we love the communities we serve.
In fact, it's why we do what we do. From the report card program that gives back to the school of your choice,
to all the community events, sponsorships, and donations we are proud to be a part of.
From the volunteer efforts of our staff,
to partnering in the success story of your business, farming operation, or personal financial journey. We go beyond banking. We share in the life of the community.
Marion County Bank, serving you, building community. Member FDIC.
The Captain Design of Pella Radio postgame show rolls on 92.1 KRLS and Pella Dutch Live. Your final score, the Dutch will fall to Waverly Shellrock in a top 10 showdown, 86-72 here with Pella head coach Derek Schulte. Coach, you knew they were going to be an explosive offense. You said that on Friday, and they lived up to the billing and then some, just relentless in the way they attacked the rim. They got out to that early lead after you had an early lead, and from there, once they got to about a 7 or 8 point margin, they're just so hard to come back against because their offense is just so efficient, Coach. Your thoughts about getting a chance to see arguably one of the top 4 teams in Class 3A. They've been in the rankings that high all year long, and they looked every bit the part, especially on offense.
Hey, that's an elite offensive team, and we knew that coming in. There aren't many teams that have 4 guys that shoot 45% plus from 3 in their starting lineup and shoot at 43% overall. Our guys battled. We asked them, hey, we got to find a way to be physical and take them off the three-point line. We held them to 33% from there. We said we got to have a great assist-to-turnover ratio at 18 assists, 10 turnovers. We had to win the rebounding battle. We couldn't get it done there, but I think credit goes to them of when we took them off the three-point line, they had plan B, and they got right to the rim and finished with some physical guys, and we just couldn't adjust off of that. And so give them credit. You give up 86, you're not going to win many games, but that's a very good basketball team we got beat by tonight.
Well, and then on the flip side, you come into a game and I tell you before, hey, you're going to have 5 players in double figures. It's going to be very balanced in that attack. You're going to shoot a pretty high percentage here tonight, and you lose. Most games this season, when you've gotten to 70, you've won. Obviously, Waverly Shellrock may be the best offense you've seen outside of DCG. But offensively, the good sign is you played about as well as you've played all season.
We had good balance, 5 guys in double figures. I thought our flow, both in transition and the half court, was better. We've got to do a better job than what we have lately from an assist margin. We know that that's a huge aspect of this team, and so it was great to see that happen tonight. There's a lot of positives, and at the end of the day, we just saw what it looks like to be a Final Four team, right, in state, because that's what Waverly is. You can see them on film against really good teams play this same way. Our guys battled. It's just give Waverly credit. We'd cut it to 5 or 6, and they would respond every single time, and that's what good teams do.
Well, and the nice part about this is the brackets came out today, so there's nothing lost. And as a team that's outside of the top 8, it won't matter. You go into state, you're going to either be the 7 or 8. There's no way you're really going to climb up unless there's a ton of upsets. So nothing lost outside of getting to see a team this fast. You won't see a team with this kind of offense based on the bracket, and we see it right here again, who has that kind of scoring capability until you would get to state probably based on the teams in front of you. So nothing really hurt here, Coach, other than learn, and next time you see them, maybe have a better game plan.
And that's what we did when they reached out to us. We were one of like 25 schools they reached out to. They needed 2 games. We needed 1. We knew what we were getting into here, but how do you turn down an opportunity to face a top 3 team at home? And so it's interesting. Their coach mentioned, Coach Steggy, we were the only team that responded to him. We were their only piece. Well, we'd take this group of guys and play anybody, because there's learning opportunities ahead, especially at this point when you're looking into the tournament and saying that, hey, this is only going to help us be better for that run. We like where we're at. We know the sub-state we got assigned to is got good teams in it, but we think we were rewarded for a challenging schedule and something that we're excited about. We got to finish tomorrow night off against Mount Pleasant, a team that's won 12, 13 games heading into tomorrow night, but then we're able to move forward and get into tournament play.
Yeah, and again, you and I will talk more about the tournament run tomorrow, since obviously the regular season. You got the Panthers in less than 24 hours, and as you said, a program that's had its ups and downs the last couple of years, and they are certainly a team that has a similar record, probably not the schedule you've played, but one that's capable coming here. It'll be a very different test than what you saw here tonight.
And another really good player. They got a player averaging about 23 a game, very nice guard, and they got some size inside, and so they present some challenges to different teams. They've done well in their league. It'll be a great non-conference test for us to head into postseason. We're excited to get back after it.
That's Pella head coach Derek Schulte following an 84-72 loss to an excellent Waverly Shellrock, or 86-72 lost track on my way there. 86-72. Coach, appreciate your time, and I'll get to see you right up here in about 24 hours. So
thanks, Andrew.
We'll wrap up our Captain Design of Pella Radio postgame show after this.
Your savings by selling your property with the Prez Listing Advantage at Pella Real Estate Services. I'm Sarah Bukite, and when we list your home, we have no additional doc prep or settlement fees. And with our listing advantage, you'll keep more of your hard-earned equity, as our average home seller saved $4,448 in 2023 compared to a 6% commission. Get started today by scheduling a complimentary market analysis at PellaRealEstateServices.com.
Important life events should be celebrated with fine jewelry from Gardner Collier. Surprise her with brilliant diamonds and colored gemstones set in rings, earrings, and pendants. From dainty to dazzling, vintage to classic, in yellow and white gold. The perfect gift to celebrate loving memories and future dreams are at Gardner Collier Jewelry, where the area's largest selection of fine jewelry is now on sale. Choose Gardner Collier Jewelry, Quincy Place Mall, Ottumwa, and Penn Central Mall, Oskaloosa.
With the President's Day event at Bruxford's Home Center, you can save up to $800 on select adjustable mattress sets from Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, and Sealy. With this special event, you'll save up to $800 on Stearns & Foster, up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, and up to $400 on Sealy. This offer is only available until February 27th or while supplies last. So stop in soon to pick out your new adjustable mattress set at Bruxford's Home Center, 405 Truman Road in Pella.
That's you trying to fix the plumbing yourself to save a few bucks. Doing things yourself doesn't always end well. The same goes for insurance. That's why Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and offer discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance. Because sometimes you need a professional to get the job done right. That's simple human sense.
Ask me, Chad Klein, at the Burduff Agency in Pella, if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Pella Printing recognizes each job is a unique and important part of your organization's brand image. By being flexible and reacting quickly, they've earned a first-class reputation in the printing industry and offer a broad assortment of quality printed products with speed and precision. From business cards to postcards, window clings to magnetic media, and banners, posters, window graphics, and yard signs, Pella Printing provides a unique and professional look to any project. Pella Printing, where technology and craftsmanship meet.
Hi, I'm Tony Walter, Collision Center Manager at Ulrich Ford Lincoln in Pella. Whether it's hitting a deer, an unfortunate run-in with another driver, a rock to the windshield, or any other of a number of inconveniences, stuff happens. We have a team of skilled technicians for paint, body, and glass, so that when that stuff happens to you, we can restore your vehicle to its former glory, keeping you safe and getting you back on the road. The Collision Center at Ulrich Ford Lincoln in Pella is one more way that we're taking care of you.
As part of our commitment to youth, each year Pella Cooperative Electric sends a high school sophomore or junior to Washington, D.C. on a week-long all-expenses-paid tour. This year's trip is June 15th through the 21st. To be eligible, your family must receive electricity from Pella Cooperative Electric. Contact your guidance counselor or visit our website for applications. Deadline to apply is March 22nd. Proud to be member-owned via Pella Cooperative Electric.
Vanderlinden Services is your trusted family-owned plumbing and HVAC business. I'm Austin Vanderlinden. Our team has years of experience and commitment to treating every customer like family, and our trusted technicians take pride in their work. Plus, we offer the best in York HVAC residential and commercial systems. Call me today for reliable, friendly service that you can trust. Vanderlinden Services, the best for the job.
McCall Monument is the most trusted monument company in Iowa. This is Reed. We have been here helping families get their perfect memorial for over 150 years.
This is Wyatt. We are the monument experts. We don't plan funerals and we don't sell caskets. We are craftsmen with a full-service shop and artists on staff.
I'm Lee. We have a standard here at McCall Monument. In all our years in business, we have never called on a grieving family, and we never will. In your family's time of need, our family is here for you.
Memories become treasure. McCall Monument.
At Lely, we continue to provide the latest innovations for the dairy industry. Our robotic milking systems put more milk in the tank with less effort. Our robotic feeding systems provide optimal feed efficiency for a healthy and productive herd. And we have a line of innovative barn products that create an animal-friendly environment focused on the cow's well-being and comfort. Lely, a worldwide pioneer in dairy farm automation, with our North American headquarters right here in Pella, is proud to be part of the community.
Run Bobby to basketball, pick up Susie from dance. If your calendar sounds like this, you need to let the professionals at Van Manen, Seatstra, Meyer, and Nickel help you with your income taxes. And erase one thing from your schedule this year. They offer a convenient drop-off service, so you won't have to sit through an appointment. Just drop off your tax information between 8 and 6, Monday through Friday, or 8 to noon on Saturdays, and they'll prepare your tax returns in about a week. Then come back at your convenience to sign and file the returns.
Save time and gain peace of mind with Van Manen, Seatstra, Meyer, and Nickel.
And this will wrap up the Captain Design of Pella Radio postgame show, where they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the cabinet guy at Captain Design of Pella. Time to go in closing, presented by Light and State Bank. Grow Strong with Us. And whew, what a fun night to see a 3A contender like Waverly Shellrock. They are a very good team. Hopefully the next time, if we play them again, we'll see them over at Wells Fargo Arena. Let's go ahead and run down your Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard for the final time as well. Lots of games going final. Still some in action. PCM will keep their season alive. They'll play Thursday at Des Moines Christian, 61-49. That's a final. At halftime, Ankeny and Norwalk, a 4A battle before the postseason, 32-31. Knoxville 44, Grinnell 33 on our scoreboard. And those are some Strauver Cellular Instant Radio updates. So, in closing, we will go ahead and close things up here. Waverly Shellrock 86, Pella 72. We won't have to wait long for our next broadcast. It's our regular season finale as the Dutch welcome Mount Pleasant. Our coverage begins at 6:30. Myself and Phil Hemming on 92.1 KRLS and on Pella Dutch Live. Or actually KRLS 2. KRLS 2. That's a programming change. I just realized that because we have Pella Christian girls basketball on at the same time tournament-wise. So apologies, a correction, KRLS 2 for Pella, but of course on Pella Dutch Live. Thanks to Andy Johnson, to Brian Vandaloon, to Derek Schulte for joining us as well. It's in closing, presented by Light and State Bank. Grow strong with us. You've been listening to Pella High Basketball on the one to count on for today's local sports in the home of the Dutch, 92.1 KRLS. We'll see you for the regular season finale in just less than 24 hours.